Remember, I have to look at the one that I like the best.
Speaking of being nitpicky,
You motherfucker.
welcome everybody to the channel. Today we have some reviews for you, and I gotta say, before we get started, before we even kick this motherfucker off, because we had no plans of doing 3 shows, but we said fuck it, we'll do it live. I gotta say, this entire week, and I'm even including what happened in The Boys, which holy shit, people were right. Like episode 6, when you get into it, has a lot of implications. Like, I did not. Okay, I know we're doing Maul first, but I'm trying to stall while I wait for to see when
I mean,
Perp's gonna show up.
it doesn't necessarily matter what order we do them in.
Yeah. You know me. I just like to start all over the place with the first thoughts in my mind.
My first thought is what a fantastic extended weekend.
I was going to say, like, every single thing we watched, and I have a lot of complaints, a lot more for Daredevil than I thought, but like you, I filed them under nitpicks, and I have a feeling we may have the same nitpicks, especially the fucking ending. Yeah, I was kind of disgusted at a scene. You'll probably guess which one it was. It was very on the nose, heavy-handed political bullshit that was so obvious, so fucking obvious. And we'll get to that. But it wasn't enough. I think you know what I'm talking about. If you had to pick it involves cell phones,
obviously you're talking about
ridiculous it is.
Obviously, we're talking about the ending, but I don't know what specific moment you're talking about that you.
It was the one where they raised the cell phones, and there's kind of like, now look, I don't know what the creatives thought, and
I have a question.
Watch podcasts, but it felt like a very much rising up against, that kind of bullshit. And I'm just so jaded. Maybe it's not the intention whatsoever, but they have, according to what they've said on their podcast, it have alluded to having a undertone that's relevant to our world, blah, 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 the same bullshit we hear. And it was so on the nose with people raising their cell phones up and recording it. And the thing that sucks in that scene, I do like how they have the normal cops going up against, obviously these guys aren't cops. We've been saying it for a week. I don't know why people equate them to ICE. It's fucking retarded. But the thing with the cell phones irked me because I could see what they're trying to do there and the whole bringing the establishment down and all that bullshit. And it's like, okay. And maybe that's just me reading into things, but that's what I'm getting off of what they're showing.
The whole politics of them making it look like ICE is supposed to be that when the Democrats made that video saying you don't have to follow unlawful orders. That was the whole point of that, which is fucking ridiculous.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one who picked up on it, and it irks me because I feel at this point, and folks, this is nothing to do just off the cuff with political views. I say that I don't want to fucking talk about it on this channel because it's a fucking retarded landmine, and nobody can talk about shit sensibly anymore. But I want to say, I think it is irresponsible in these medias to portray that with people the way that they are, and nobody thinks rationally anymore. I feel like the overtly doing things like that kind of has, it creates more of a rift. And I was talking about this at the bar with this younger kid that I know, where I was tired of the politics in general. It's a feeling of keeping people divided instead of talking. Like you and me talk about things, and we're fuck PB, we're getting old, but we remember when people would talk shit out, even if you don't agree with them, there was dialogue. And I feel like nowadays there's just sides. And when these shows and movies go this heavily into something, it's not like when we had the Vietnam dramas or things like that. It's a very mean-spirited, nasty point of view. Now, I'm not saying Daredevil specifically did this. For the most part, I thought it was okay the way they handled it. But when you have millions of people watch it and you've heard the Discord, you've had arguments with people. people in their minds are creating these things, and clearly the artists are wanting to bring that out, which I don't like the idea of people inciting this kind of shit. I think it's irresponsible, and I think it should be handled delicately. If you have something to say, cool. But it feels like you're saying you need to do this because the system is this way. And the last thing we needed to be doing is telling people to start shit, because we all know how that goes. And actually, I do want to say that was the strength of the episode as well, because it did show when Kingpin was fucking those people up. I was actually on his side for that one. I was like, good, you fucking idiot. Like, dude, why would you run at this fucking 300-pound monster? Like,
that creates one of the plot holes. But before I get to that, if there are story beats in the show that are meant to divide people, you want to know a great way that you could bring people together?
How?
With phenomenal artwork from moviepalette.com.
That might be the greatest segment we've done on this channel. The greatest segue. Continue.
And if you want to save 15%, you can put in code ZONE15, and it stacks on top of any sales already going on. And 2 ands in one sentence. That's wild. You can help support your favorite YouTube villain, General Putz.
Thank you. So, obviously, I got to my nitpick. Fuck it.
I guess we'll just go into
Daredevil's. We'll go into Daredevil's final first, because I felt the most passionate. Okay, so that.
Hold on. You were talking about him beating the people up in the hallway, and that creates the problem that I brought up when him and Daredevil fought. Was he's literally killing people with one fucking punch, and they're, from what I understand, all the people that are wearing these Daredevil masks are regular people. Like, they're just humans. They don't have any superpowers inherently. And as far as I know, Daredevil does not have any superpowers in the strength sense. Like, he's
okay.
So you don't know that he's extra durable, and you don't know that he's just a really fit guy.
Actually, no, I looked this up and I went back to the OG Netflix series to see. So there is a part that explains what's going on. Like I said, watch the original Netflix. But there is a thing. So the chemicals that spilled in his eye, they spilled all over him and stuff like that. It did enhance his ability to heal, which is why you see him take a lot of shit and he seems to bounce back. He does. I'm not saying Wolverine-ish, but in the lore, and even the creator vaguely explained this of the original run, he has he heals a lot quicker. He takes a lot more damage that maybe most people wouldn't be able to withstand. He's not invincible.
I don't know.
He's
taking
a little
damage,
bit more durable and can heal quicker.
Taking damage and healing are not the same. And the perfect example, which we can encapsulate into this review because both shows are available to us, Kimiko. She's not like indestructible or anything. Like, she takes all the damage. And then she regrows herself like Deadpool.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, he does have a sort of a healing factor, and he's able to block the pain a lot better, which is how he keeps trucking even when he gets hit really hard.
Okay.
And it's shown through the original run several times.
That's fine. If I watch the original
normal people,
if I watch the original Daredevil from Netflix, is it going to tell me how all of the people in the finale just happen to have fucking Daredevil masks? Who made all these Daredevil masks?
Okay, so damn it, you ruined it. That was I thought that was.
Oh, that's your problem. That was what your problem was.
Yeah, that was my.
See, when you said the end, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking like from the point where they're like held up in the courtroom to the very end, like when they're rushing the courthouse and everything. I thought that's what you were talking about, but you're talking about the lead into it. I was like, because I'm sitting there and I see one person pull a mask down, and I was like, one person having it, whatever. But however many,
you got those crazy people.
Sure, but so let's say even half of them, because I don't know. Let's say there's 1,000 people there, maybe a little less than 1,000 people there. That's fine.
I'll give them one thing, and we'll talk about this in the good parts. the visuals and the way that they show the space of how many, especially in the area they're in, because I know exactly where they are. And I know that courthouse. I'll give them credit. I don't know exactly how many people or extras they got, but they did a good job making it look like there were a lot. So I would go 1,000 at least, because that whole fucking street was filled.
So I have the problem with like who made the mask, who distributed the mask, like where do you pick these up, who's funding this, and how did they not know what was happening?
Okay, so I'm not
many
crazy.
People having it. And the only person I could think that funded it was the swordsman funded it. But then how did he distribute the
mask? How did these people know to organize at this time? Exactly. That was. And I hate it because
organizing, I guess I can get over the organizing, because obviously there were going to be a lot of people there as soon as you know that Fisk is not going on trial but testifying. So as soon as he did that and everybody saw it on TV and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? They're like, yeah, we need to make sure we got everybody down here, because they don't tell you exactly how much time passes. It's not a lot, but it's enough that if there were already some people there because of the trial, the rest of them are going to end up showing up.
And while we're getting into it, I do want to say, I've got to say, and I'm just going to say my favorite part right now. And even Bitchy stopped when it was on, and we were looking.
I know my favorite part for sure.
The reveal where he pulls a Tony Stark.
Thank you.
And I said that too. That was the first thing. And you guys know, if you've been on the channel, I'm a Cap fan. He's a Tony Stark fan. But we can both agree, an iconic moment. We would say iconic.
Dude, I feel like you might be selling it short.
Would be when he says, I am Iron Man. And I was looking at it, like, they're going to, my mouth was hanging open. But dude, what makes this scene so good? And I would say, don't take offense to this, but I would say,
can I just say one funny thing? Because I'm sure you won't forget yours, and I don't want to forget mine.
Okay, go ahead.
When they go back into the chambers, and Fisk is still sitting up in the box for testimony.
Oh, and he whispers?
Well, I don't know how, like, he said it quietly. I don't know if it was necessarily a whisper, but he says it quietly so not everybody can hear it. And then Murdock's in the other room, and he responds to him audibly like Fisk can fucking hear it.
I thought that was hilarious, because I took it as he was saying it out loud just because he knew he wasn't going to hear it. But it was like Fisk and him seem to have a very Batman-Joker relationship. And here was the interesting part, too.
I don't know about that. Noticed,
Kingpin was trying to still not out him because he knew he would have the advantage if Daredevil is staying into the shadows. And he didn't think he was going to have the balls. And I got to say, unlike the Iron Man unveiling, which still iconic, great, famous, took everybody by surprise. But I like in this, as opposed to that, because you know me, PB, I love a good speech and things like that and dialogue. And dude, can we agree? That is some of the best dialogue that has happened in this show. I would probably say this was the best interaction we've seen across the two seasons besides the diner scene. I would say this tops the diner scene because of how intense it was.
Was this a better courtroom scene than anything from the original run?
There's only one scene that beats this, and it's when Punisher admits that he's the Punisher, and John Bernthal does his thing. You know,
so John Bernthal was there, and he's like, "I am the Punisher."
He's like, "I'm the Punisher. I did it." He's like, "You want to hang me, right?" He goes, "I'd fucking murder your kids. I'd fucking kill you." Like, he purposely loses it because he wants to get close to Kingpin. So he fucking goes nuts in court, and nobody knows why, because they almost get him off. God damn it. We're going to, you know what we're going to do? Because we're not going to have any shows. You and me are going to do like a stream along of the episodes of Daredevil. Watch the OG series. We could do a review as we do them. Because I want to get your take as someone who's never seen it. Because I think you'd be like, "Holy shit, dude, this is really good." But anyways,
okay. So like, there's been a lot of moments through the MCU. Obviously, It starts with a bang because you got Iron Man saying, I am Iron Man. And then I would say that there is an 11-year lull until you get to Endgame, and he says, I am Iron Man again at the end of the movie. Would you say that there is hold on, would you say there is no other moment in all of the movies and TV shows? So you got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, I mean, you can count the Netflix shows too because they took place in that time frame. So you can count all the shows. Is there any moment that hits the way that those two hit in their movies?
I would say not till now. No. This for me.
Exactly. This is the first time that we had somebody else rise to that level. And I don't give a fuck if it's essentially the same line, like I am Iron Man, I am Daredevil. But the way it's revealed and how it works into the story, fucking chef's kiss.
This is one of those, like, and it's crazy because I've heard reviewers who have said, oh, well, this season final's kind of tame and it leads into things that could be interesting in the third season. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys watching, dude? You had, okay, can I just get my hype out of the way? Mark Colton return as Luke Cage, and then you see the Alias Inc., which is Jessica Jones.
Yeah, which made me think of Jennifer Garner.
Actually, Jennifer Garner's show ripped it off of the comic book. Anyways, that is.
I don't give a shit.
There was a big lawsuit about that too, actually. But anyway,
I'm sure there was.
That isn't the point. The point is Jessica Jones is cooler. And for me, I know you were probably like, you got what was going on because I've been telling you for so long. But like for me, I like the fact that they can drop it for people who haven't seen it and they go, oh, I like that girl. Oh, she has an agency. Who's this guy? I've been hearing a lot about him. But for me, I'm like, fucking Luke Cage is back, baby. So if you guys don't know, people get this mixed up. They go, what's the difference between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage? Well, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are both
the difference same. Is the amount of melanin.
No, I knew that was coming. They're both.
Are you saying they have the same amount of melanin in their skin? It's not a difference.
They both have super strength, but he is unbreakable, which means that
he's like a Porsche with no brakes. Oh, that's unstoppable. My bad.
His skin cannot be broken. Now, the way people defeat him,
like trans fucking lucent.
No, like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable.
What's the difference between them?
The difference is
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might not be certain. If you shove a bomb up Bruce Willis's ass, I'm pretty sure it'll still explode his butt.
Actually, someone would have to test that, but no, because he is literally, they call him unbreakable. Literally nothing can kill him except for water.
So you're telling me that if we butt bomb Bruce Willis, it's going to be like when the tiny girl, which I can't remember her name, in Invincible went inside that. What was it? It wasn't a Viltrumite. Who'd she go inside of?
Yeah, it was a Viltrumite.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't freaking remember now. So long ago.
No. It was one of those snake things. Because it was
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she went inside that and then she expanded herself like a butt bomb, and he just like crushed her. On his innards. Which makes me wonder. So you put the butt bomb in Bruce Willis and he's unbreakable. Are we just like a hole? Not like asshole, but a hole, like a through hole, like a straw. Like we're just a straw, right? So it's going to explode, and it's just going to either travel through his intestine or travel through his stomach, and he's going to look like freaking Godzilla blowing fire.
So essentially, okay, so I make the comparison because Bruce Willis is unbreakable in the sense that entirely he can't be killed unless he drinks a cup of water. Once again, I have my channel on. It works in the universe. Don't ask. Now with this, Luke Cage, his skin is unbreakable. However, how people tend to beat him is that his brain, his heart, his internal organs are not. So if he gets,
You say
Like,
you say that's how people beat him, but I don't think that's how Jessica beats him.
Okay, see, this is why you gotta watch the Netflix series. You gotta watch the Netflix series. You gotta see their not to be crude here, but you have to see their sex scene. It is fucking wild, and Netflix shows it all. And it's two superpower people having sex that are.
Well, I assume that their sex scene is very similar to Homelander and Stormfront. Just without the laser tips.
Just without the laser, yeah. Pretty much the same difference. They fuck up the.
Is that the sex scene that made their baby?
You know what? I
don't know. How old do you think? I mean,
the kid's like 4 or 5, at least.
Oh, I thought she was older than that.
No, 4 or 5. Because she's.
I didn't.
She's at the walking stage, but she's still kind of wobbly.
Nobody's fucking wobbly walking when they're 5. What the fuck? They're like, yeah, we know 4. You can't walk real good, but go to the public school where nobody will watch you.
Jesus Christ, PB.
You can $1 million baby yourself on one of the tiny chairs because you ain't walk good because you're 5. What the hell?
Okay, so point being, we had Jessica Jones there, and Luke Cage being revealed, all like that. You probably are gonna guess my third nitpick. You know, because I called it. And I said the reason they weren't getting rid of her. And I said if they fucking did this, I was gonna be pissed. And they fucking did. Oh,
sure. I thought that was watching the episode. That was literally the only time that I thought, fuck, Zod's gonna be pissed about this. And then my second thought was, so that's why they kept her character around. But then I don't know exactly what happened in the scene, because what's weird to me is, okay, in my mind, they were using that scene as her to move past it. Initially, when Heather puts the Muse mask on to rip the Band-Aid off here, when she put it on initially, I was like, holy shit, she's becoming an evil vigilante. Because you got good vigilantes and bad vigilantes. Whatever, that's not the point. But then when they do the mirror shot, she has the mask on, but she only sees herself. And I don't know if that means that she doesn't see the Muse mask anymore, like she's moved on from it, or she's accepting that the Muse mask is her now.
I took it as
it could be either one.
I took it as she's accepted based on when she throat punched the guy at the end.
I thought you were going to say you're accepting it because we need a new villain.
So here's my problem. And
what the fuck is she going to do? Here. She ain't got no superpowers, does she?
I'm just getting to that. People don't understand. And even in the first iteration of Muse, he did have extra kind of senses. They didn't put everything, but he had most of what his comic book character had. And so this person is a therapist, and I see what they're doing with her and Buck. So my theory is Buck is going to train her, and she's going to use that in turn to maybe hunt other vigilantes. But she is fucking annoying. And why did we kill my favorite character and keep this dumb fucking bitch? We lost Michael Gandolfini.
This is a review of the season finale, guy. He's not in the episode. He's actually not in the episode this time. You gotta move on, guy.
But do you see what I'm saying, though? Are you happy?
I don't. Okay, if we're talking about instead? No, I mean, if you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm sad that one of my favorite actors is gone," I don't remember the chick's name that plays Heather, but it's not like she is a bad actor. She's a great actor.
No.
I just don't care for the Heather character at all.
No. I'm not wording it that way.
That's exactly how you worded it.
Okay, let me rephrase. Daniel's character is gone, and we have dumb cunt counselor bitch. That's what I call her. I refuse to learn her name. I don't care.
Heather?
And I hate it because she is so fucking uninteresting. They're trying
to make her more interesting with this, though. She's infinitely more interesting at the end of the episode than she is at the beginning.
I disagree. Her face is fucking stupid. I hate it. I hate her expressions.
Wow, so
and
now we are attacking the actress. Her face is stupid.
I hate the expressions she makes on her face that she's directed to make. I hate everything about this fucking character. It is terrible. And look,
what expressions is she supposed to make? I feel like all of her expressions are very apt for the situation.
All of her expressions annoy me, PB. This character annoys me.
The expressions are fine. The situations are what are retarded.
Okay. It's like with you and Last Jedi, right? What scene really grinds your gears, even though, you know, the actors are doing their job, whatever else? I picked Mary Poppins. But what scene you just can't give the benefit of the doubt? You know it's not the actor's fault.
I mean, the scene that I hate the most in The Last Jedi is when he tosses the lightsaber away.
Okay.
Which I was really like watching the whole movie, because that happens relatively towards the beginning. So it's like, oh, I didn't like that. But there's still like freaking almost 2 hours to rectify the problem. And they don't. Unless you're going to say that it's not going to piss me off because he doesn't show up on Crate.
She's one of those characters.
Mary Poppins is number 2. Holy fuck, man.
But see, that's not Carrie Fisher's fault, right? It's just the way the scene's constructed.
That's why I said it's not the actor's fault. It is the situation that they were put in by the writers and the director, if you want to take it that far.
But the character makes it's like a Rose Tika situation. The character or the actress is a sweetheart. What they did to her was terrible. But Rose Tika as a character made me want to punch the fucking screen because of her annoyance.
She's a sexual assaultist.
Oh, I can't, man. I can't. And I feel the same way about this fucking psychiatrist. Every time I see her in a scene, I am infuriated. I can't focus on the acting because she's such a bad character. The character itself is so bad, I get those blinders.
Well, I guess we got to cross our fingers and hope that it becomes more bearable next season.
I hope they keep the fucking...
What are you doing, Perp? You can make it into the comment section, but you can't click on a link?
Yeah, bro, I shot you the link to the X.
You shot him the link to the X? That on X? Shot him the link on X, but not to the.
Oh, he will shortly. I love Perp. Don't ever change. I love how Perp talks shit in the comments before he gets ready to come in, dude. And by the way, anybody watching, if you guys haven't checked out, go check out Perp Minded's channel. He watches 50 movies, and Perp would be proud of me. I'm going to say this out loud.
50 movies a week.
Perp would be proud of me because do you know how many movies I saw this month, PB?
Less than Perp.
Less than Perp, but 18.
Did you see? You went to 18 movies at the theater?
Last month. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You went to 18 movies at the theater?
Yes, I did.
How do you afford rent?
I don't know. But now I know how Perp lives, because I have no clue how fucking Perp sees as many movies. So, guys, I swear, even if there's movies you think that you know are coming out, go check out Perp's channel. Perp has put me on to so many movies. I didn't even fucking know where horror movies that were coming out or something, where I thought I had every horror movie, like, wrapped up. And then Perp just spits out this random fucking horror movie. I'm like, that sounds fucking good. And I go and check it out, or I go and get it on DVR because, God, I've seen too many of the recent movies. And sure enough, he's got good recommendations. So everybody, if you're just clicking this or whatever else, or if you make it this far, please go support Perp Minded on his channel. He's a great dude. He's been with the Fandom Zone since goddamn what we started on. Not StreamYards. What was it back in the day? Google Hangouts.
The Hangouts. Oh, Google Hangouts, so nice.
But let's finish this up so Perp could get done with his drive and join us for these.
I don't know. You want to just finish it up?
No. I'm saying let's continue. But yeah, the thing that I love about this episode, and
I would love to know how many people, and by people I mean women, have been shot with a gun in some fashion. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the leg, but let's just say in the leg for the sake of argument, and how that compares to childbirth. Not to mention, she's fucking superpowered. Like, do things still hurt in the same amount for her as they do a regular person? Because that doesn't track for me.
Yes, it does. Jessica, okay, I was explaining the difference. Luke Cage, unbreakable. If something hits his skin, he doesn't feel it. Literally, you have to hit him with a truck to kind of.
So he's like, he doesn't feel it. So he's like Novocaine?
Pretty much. Jessica Jones, only super strong. Anything else, she gets shot, she gets punched really good. Anything else, she feels intensely.
I don't know if I can get on board with that guy, because I'm not gonna lie. If you punch someone hard enough that you can essentially knock them out with one hit and make them go flying, like, she's hitting people way harder than Mike Tyson is hitting people, and he was wearing gloves. And now you're telling me that she has zero durability, but her hands aren't just totally fucking destroyed like Mark's was when he punched Conquest's arm? Because if her durability is a normal fucking person, when she's doing all these punches to people, it should hurt her like a motherfucker.
Now, here's the thing. It does, and this is what I say. We have to watch the Netflix shows, because if you watch,
you just told me she has the same durability I do, which is what you told me. If I punch something with the strength that I have, like if I go and punch the fucking wall right now, I'm not going to be able to punch through the side of the house. Like, I might be able to break the drywall on the inside, or especially if I punch where a stud is. If I punch where a stud is as hard as I fucking can, I'm going to break my fucking hand. But you're telling me she can punch through a fucking brick wall and she's totally fine, but her durability is at the same level as mine? That's totally ridiculous.
Look, I didn't fucking make the power scaling, but speaking of power scaling, Perp, what's up? He's like a level 3 Saiyan. Or Rose, or what are they on? Black? I don't fucking know. They just make shit up on Dragon Ball Z now.
What the fuck are you talking? What are you talking about?
I was talking about. I was trying to
He was trying to call you a Super Saiyan, but he didn't want to put you at the top level. So he said,
"No, I'm saying like
first."
No, you're saying like Super Saiyan. What were you referencing? Like what are you talking about?
Dragon Ball Z.
I have no idea what he was talking about.
No, but what were you calling that? Like, or just like what were you referencing? Like, what were you pointing at?
The scaling of your ability to see fucking. Dude, I told you. Well, I don't know if I've seen it. But last month, I saw like 18 of the newest movies that came out. I don't know how you do the shit, man. It was so I didn't do one at a time review like this month. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I will be releasing a best of list of the movies that I saw. You know,
That's what's up. But I want to say, don't send people to my channel, because it's just like they're not gonna hit the like button, they're just not engage or nothing. So I'm trying this new thing where I'm going to just do the complete opposite and tell people like, don't subscribe, don't hit the like button, and maybe I'll get opposite results. Yeah, because it doesn't work.
Instead of being perp minded, it sounds like you're psyop minded.
Psyop. What up, Bill?
So let's first, before we jump into Star Wars Shadows of Maul, let me get Perp's take on the Daredevil finale, and then we could all.
I have no thoughts. I have no thoughts because I have not watched it yet.
Oh,
okay. What? I think it would be worth the watch, but okay, we'll go through our rating.
I'm a few episodes behind. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's gonna be a good finish.
Yeah,
how many? What you got?
I gotta say, 3 or 4? Entertainment has been on point this year. Holy shit, I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's not even about keep it up. It's just like I just be like, yo, like who the fuck drops shit on Tuesdays? Like,
yeah. So Perp, we were just talking about this. Who the fuck drops on their streaming service on the same day shows at the same fucking time.
This is why I say like
Amazon.
this is why I look at the Maul like rankings for those episodes, like because they had a list of it. I was like, ain't no way like some of them shits had like 8s or like 9s and shit. Because like ain't shit happened to like episode 6. That's when shit started to really like kind of pop off and stuff and whatnot.
I see. I disagree. I think it's been pretty steady. We'll talk about that. But anyways, for Daredevil, this for the final, I'm gonna give it a 7. Where do you land, PB?
Dude, I'm at a 9. A 7?
I'm giving it. Yes,
you always giving shit 7s.
I'm giving it a 7 because I don't. A lot of the points were for the stupid fucking Muse thing with the psychiatrist. I fucking hate her. They need to kill her character off. And that little thing that might be my own political. And I said it. It might be me reading into it, but I hate the heavy-handedness of it. And where the fuck did they get all the masks? And who organized this big fucking right? It doesn't fucking make sense. And it takes away. I want to go 9 or 8 because of everything else.
I don't know. So the political aspect of it is so weird because quite obviously, in my mind, they make it out to look like January 6th, except they're trying to say that the crowd is good guys, but if they were trying to equate it to real life, January 6th, the crowd would be the bad guys, which means
that's what I'm saying.
So somebody didn't know what they were doing in this instance, but that's fine. Because I don't necessarily care how it equates to real life. I care about what happens on the screen, so I give it a fucking 9.
And this
not
is
to mention that fucking hallway scene. I don't want to say anymore if Perp didn't watch it yet.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for a hallway scene.
No.
I mean, I heard everything. I've heard everything. I know, like he outs himself, pretty much telling he's Daredevil. So
I gotta say, dude, the best part, seeing Daredevil arrested, man, it makes so much sense, especially when you watch the original Netflix run. He would be in jail for years. Holy fuck.
If we go back in time and somebody told me before I saw Rogue One, Darth Vader has this epic scene at the end where he's just going down the hallway, mowing motherfuckers down, I've been like, okay, I'm going to the theater right fucking now.
And
like, just because I know what happens doesn't mean I don't want to see how it happened.
Dude, Fisk reminded me of Darth Vader from Rogue One. I said that. Bitchy heard me. I go, motherfucker's Darth Vader in the scene. Dude, that scene. Okay, great. You fucking convinced me. 8. I'll go 8. I can't go 9 or 10 because of my personal beliefs. I just can't get past it. And the mask thing, I can't. It's such a big chunk. But I could go 8. It's only fair. Like, for me, it's a good balance, but I don't see it there. Now, where I can go 9 or 10, let's talk about the Maul season final. Last 2 episodes. Holy fucking shit, guys. Let's get our thoughts out.
Really solid.
Any of you guys talk?
Just really solid.
Darth Vader.
No, I'll get into it.
No. Darth Vader, Perp, we've watched a lot of horror movies. That motherfucker is Jason. Holy fucking shit. That's
Mike Myers. He's Mike Myers.
Yeah, I'd say more like Mike Myers.
When he grabs her and does that, I was like, motherfucker, like.
Nah, when he went through the wall to grab Maul, that was very Mike Myers, bro, and Jason, like.
Okay, I'm not gonna. When I saw that part, I thought that Darth Vader was the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, and he got a red light too. So yeah,
beautiful.
So let's start with episode 9 because we're doing 9 and 10. 9 I thought was pretty solid, but I want to get your guys' thoughts. Then you're going to tell me your favorite scene, your not so favorite scene, and we're going to rate it. So first off, we're starting positive because honestly, this fucking show is great, and I really hope they continue this quality. But episode 9, let's go with you first, PB. What is your favorite?
What even happens in episode 9? I'm having a hard time remembering.
The tar pit with the shit that dissolves. That's episode 9.
Oh, okay. The prison break scene.
Yeah.
A Prison Break episode, or whatever you want to call it. Fuck, man. That was good, and I felt real sad during that episode.
There's so many good moments.
I felt real sad because I love that little droid.
Dude, man, I'm not gonna lie.
That was sad shit.
I'm not gonna lie. There was one tear in the eye.
Okay, so as much as I was sad in that moment, I was immediately pissed off, and we talked about it on the phone, because when they jump across, we already seen in Rebels that the Inquisitors can fly with their lightsabers. Well, why did they not?
I'm glad they got rid of that stupid shit. I'm sorry, I don't like.
I'm not certain that they got rid of it.
A lot of things are just because of plot, just because.
That's what I said, though. It was plot, because if they would do the helicopter thing, they would have made it across. So clearly, it was like. But also, they're
now. Would you like me? Can I give you a bullshit excuse as to why it didn't work? Even though in the moment it pissed me off, because I was like, I seen them do this already. You want to know what could have happened?
What?
Technology, as much as it doesn't change in Star Wars, it can change. So in order for the lightsaber to lift you up, like a helicopter, right? Because it works like a helicopter, right? It spins around, lifts you up.
Yeah.
The helicopter only
force
lifts
push.
you up. I mean, I guess that could help.
Force push from the ground up.
But then you have to be constantly doing it. And then if you're doing a force push, what do you need the lightsaber for? No, in my mind, so like I know how flying works with a helicopter. The only reason the helicopter raises off the ground is because the wings are tilted so that they pull the air in the direction that allows for the lift. So if the lightsaber is just circular, the air passes over the top and over the bottom at the same rate, which means it would not cause any lift. But if you can tweak the lightsaber a little bit to make a different shape, which we already know that they can, like they got all those extra little knobs on it that you can make it longer and shorter. So why wouldn't you be able to make it angular that it would create lift? And they haven't been invented yet.
I mean,
that was science with PV.
Thank you.
I feel like, dude, this is the most. Just so you guys know, you'll never get Star Wars conversation from any other reviews like this. We got fucking deep with it. Goddamn, man, what's your favorite part though? You got me distracted.
That wasn't the part that pissed me off. That wasn't my worst scene. That was. I mean, not necessarily my favorite scene, but it was the most emotional scene in the episode because the fucking droid died, and then the guy whose Maul's race freaking tackles that guy or tackles the three guys into the freaking pit. I was like, oh, we're just dropping like flies now, son of a bitch. No, the thing that pissed me off the most in the episode is when Darth Maul, it's not a AT-AT because it's the small version. I don't remember what letters they use, but you know when they got that little AT-AT in town when they're trying to escape, and he cuts the leg off and then he slices the back. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So he only slices one leg, and then the thing goes to take a step, and it falls in the direction of the leg that he didn't slice. That's not how it fucking works.
It's gravity.
I was so fucking pissed. Like when that foot, how do you not have it? Because it doesn't fucking matter which way it falls. Why can't you just do it the right way, motherfuckers? Like, goddamn, I was so pissed. I was like, wait a second, that thing just tipped over to the right, and it only had its right foot? Because if you chop my left foot off, I don't tip over that way.
See, this show has been so good, it's been hard to really say, like, plot-wise or something, you know what I mean? Like, we're nitpicking probably shit people aren't really looking at. Like, I'm
sure nobody referenced this at all.
I've got a nitpick for the finale, you know what I'm saying, as far as the final fight goes, as far as just, like, how motherfuckers is fighting, but we'll get there.
Oh yeah, I feel like
okay. Episode 9. Do you have any nitpicks
about this episode 9?
Yeah. What was your favorite scene?
The end.
And then something that
I did what everybody else did. I just skipped to the end. Like just get to the Vader shit.
You skipped the episode?
No. I'm just saying. I like. You know, I was like watching all the action shit because like I was like, yeah, look. I see the old boy. The minigun didn't work for him this time. You know, he got thrown into the shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool to see. But the best part was the end. You know what I'm saying? Where old girl got drug in there, and I was like, hey, she's still alive, and just like that's kind of crazy. That's another little nitpick I have with Vader, but we'll get into that. But
all right, I'm gonna say my favorite scene, and I'm with Perp on this. I liked all of the stuff. I was like you. I was emotional about the cool droid dying, but I gotta say, one, I said, motherfucker, PB was right. He called this a couple of weeks ago. They were going to use Vader. I personally didn't think they needed to, but they did because Maul did canonically fight him before the events of Solo and stuff. And this is telling that story before it. So he had the line where he's like, I fought him and we need more allies. So they needed to put him in here.
That is not what he said. That is not what he said. You fucking lied.
He literally said, like, I can't beat him alone.
That is what he said. I can't beat him alone, which
I'm paraphrasing.
No, don't fucking paraphrase then. Don't say he said it and then paraphrase. That's not how fucking quotes work.
Okay, anyways, my point being, I knew that it had to be in here, and I thought I was going to be annoyed. But I'd have to say my favorite scene is that one Mandalorian, I thought she was going to live. Holy fucking shit. When she gets grabbed back into that mist.
She is alive. She still is alive, apparently, like later on. That's what it's like. It's kind of weird that she's alive. But
she's dead. He stabbed her through the chest. I didn't see her for the rest of it. She's fucking dead. Even in the synopsis.
You talking about the short short hair?
You talking about the chick that got pulled into the mist by Vader? That wasn't Maul's right hand. That was a different chick.
She is dead. The synopsis even said
Whoa. If the synopsis said that she died, show me. Because this is Star Wars. If you ain't see the person die, they ain't dead. I mean, even some of the people that we think got killed, like all of us, we watched it in 1999. We're like, yep, Darth Maul is dead. And then he wasn't.
So the chick that got pulled, that wasn't his right hand.
Yes, it was.
That was his right hand. Because people have said like she pops up later, like in other things and whatnot. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is she still alive?
Theory. It's just a theory, as far as I know. When she pops up, everybody's saying that she's supposed to be the armorer in The Mandalorian.
But
there's no direct connection. I said when I heard that theory, it's got to be weird because she's part of the group of Mandalorians that never take their helmets off, whereas the group with Bo-Katan take their helmets off all the time. And in the show, she's taking her helmet off all the time.
So she can't be.
So how could she have been the armorer? So I don't think that she's the armorer after seeing her do that. She has some like religious epiphany.
But yeah, I love that scene, and I think that the scene that irked me in this episode, and it was tough, and I'm doing a very, very, very tiny nitpick here, but I don't like them. It felt like they were speed running, killing some of these people off. And I really liked the big dude with the two guns. I kind of felt like that was, how do I put it? It felt very rushed. God, I don't know how to word it because it's not that it was bad for the scene, but it felt like instead of giving
they're just trying to speed run to get to Vader.
Yeah. It felt like the characters that were there, even though they're secondary, right? We do get a lot of time with them. We get to see them kind of do their thing, and it just felt like, okay, we're at the end. We kind of got to kill this character off, and I really liked it. Like I like the Maul's people, their people. I felt like they just kind of really killed them off super quick in kind of weird ways where they seemed like really badass. I don't know. It just, those deaths didn't really land for me and kind of pissed me off. Like not in a major way. And it's not like I had an attachment to him. It's just like, I feel like you could have did more. You could have given him a little bit of he just grabbed two people and jumped into a tar pit, like, or the acid pit. You know what I mean, PB? This isn't a situation like Daredevil where I was super pissed off. It's just I do like annoyance because it feels super rushed. Like I was like, okay, other dude with chain gun. He at least got to mow all these people down, and he got to like tackle the Inquisitor or whatever. This one, which episode? Just like, I'm gonna grab two stormtroopers and jump into the ass pit. I don't know.
Which episode was it where Maul was doing all the Star Killer shit? Like, cause he was doing a lot of Star Killer shit, which was really dope. Like, where he was like throwing his lightsaber, he was cutting through motherfuckers, it was coming back and shit. Like,
oh yeah, that was episode 9. I love that because I was like, finally, we're cutting people in half again.
Yeah, I was like, that's very Star Killer. Even his poses, I was like, yeah, they're definitely like trying to make Maul like kind of mirror fucking Star Killer.
Hey, funny story, Sam. Does Maul? He also voices Star Killer, and that likeness is based on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I was like, I like that little attention to detail for sure.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny that they have him playing Maul, but in the game, they made the likeness of the game after him, and he does the same moves in the game. So I don't know if that's supposed to be an Easter egg, but goddamn. So let me get to something, and I want to ask you guys a little bit of a question off of the beaten path. I've heard ridiculous things. I don't know if you've seen some videos and comments and things like that. Like, I think Dave Filoni cooked, and I've been seeing some ridiculous fucking takes about.
I mean, finally.
Like, do you guys feel satisfied? This is the first time in years at this point.
I mean, this is the first time Filoni has impressed me.
I know, because you
don't find anything about the Clone Wars impressive?
It's cool, you know what I'm saying? But like, then you go into his other works and just Ahsoka, just Mandalorians falling off a cliff. Like,
that's true. I'm not gonna argue that, dude. Mandalorian.
Everything. I just feel like just everything compared to Andor is just leagues below it. Like it spoiled me.
We were just talking about this. Didn't we just say it's not only the best Star Wars, but it might be television that year? It was one of the best shows to come out.
I mean, the show has got to be pretty phenomenal if we both agree with John Campea.
And, bro, it happens. There's those weird moments, but that's one of those shows. I don't know if you agree. I don't know if you've ever watched Breaking Bad, but I would.
Yes, of course I watched Breaking Bad way before it got before it was all popularized and people started hopping on the train. I was watching this shit on AMC, like
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. You and me, we're old school FX before people realize they make good shit. But anyways, that isn't the point. So, I would put Andor in that league. The writing is so sharp and good. And swinging it back around to this review, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I feel like Maul Shadow Lord could get on that level. At least be where Andor is. I'm not going to say it's as great as Andor because that's just good.
Because I'll say this about Maul. Like I said, it started off pretty sluggish. Like it's not like a slow pace show, but it's just like it took a minute for it to get going, and then like I said, it didn't really hit its stride, or where you start to see it building up to something like to the climax to like episode 6. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I couldn't put it on. But go ahead.
But me and PB said this. Didn't we say this, PB? Mm-hmm. The trajectory. It's like Breaking Bad or any great show, right? A good show. Okay, in case people are fucking confused, because I hear people say this all the time, right? You don't want to start up here, because if you start up here, 9 out of 10 times, the only place you have to go is down. Right?
Also, I'll say
in the middle.
Also, I also had to give them credit for like improving on that animation because I was never a fan of just that style of animation, but they've gotten much better with it. They've improved much better. Like now it doesn't look like fucking like a fucking video game and shit.
I have a question for you, Perp, because the TV that I have in the living room at home is not a 4K TV. It's just regular high definition. But the TV I went to a hotel with the woman and the baby because she had to do some training, and I watched the episode there, and the TV there was in 4K. So, put the Fire Stick in, turn it on, I'm watching this, and I was like, holy fuck, I don't think I've ever watched a Star Wars show in 4K. This looks fucking beautiful. Yeah,
it's like this is like if they could redo like Rebels or some shit like that, because like I never liked the way Rebels looked or anything like that. But
Rebels is definitely in my mind for the art style is lower tier, but at least
going forward, this should definitely be like if they're going to do anything like 3D animated wise, this is how they should do it. Like the more photorealistic almost.
Art with you for just 1 second because PB didn't even see this. There was one episode, the prison escape with Larson, where he's getting his son out of prison, right? And the blaster mark scorches the black they're hiding behind. And I don't know, because I know you and me watch a lot of anime and stuff. Did you notice how like it looked pastel and shit like that? Like a lot of this looked like hand painted and then digital.
Yeah, and at sometimes it's like
thrown in there.
Like when Vader ignites his lightsaber at the end of 9 and stuff, like you get the red hue and stuff, and like it looks very much like just live action. I was like, that's impressive. That's how 3D should look.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't they do it? Like, okay, so here's the thing, and I know we could talk this because PB doesn't watch a lot of anime like we do. I hate 3D animation in anime because it feels very blocky and stiff for certain ones. Like there's that one.
Yeah, certain animes are able to like merge it or just like blend it better. Like they've gotten better than like when it first started. They first started to do it and it just looked completely bad. But like there's times like Chainsaw Man does a really good job of blending.
Oh yeah, or that. What's that one on Netflix? Kurosawa or whatever, the one with the fighting, and then they did a cross thing with Baki. I forget the name. Kurogawa.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyways, it's a fighting anime, and so how this relates to Star Wars, I hate the blockiness that 3D animation can provide. Now, if you watch Bad Batch, I'm on season 2, getting ready to go on season 3. I'm going to do that actually when we get off because goddamn Bad Batch is good and fucking depressing, man. I'm in the depressing season. Like season 2 is fucking depressing. Anyways, that isn't the point. I'm going to do a review on it. But anyways, I could see the evolution, right? Go from Clone Wars to Bad Batch to now Maul. Bro, they are fucking cooking in animation. And like, let me ask you guys, and you already know my inherent bias. This is related to Maul. Who here thinks right now Dave Filoni is fucking coming out of the gates swinging? I've always defended Dave. Like
still early.
I'm
not impressed. I'm just saying, like on the animated side, yes, but like on the live action side, he's like stay far away from that shit, please.
Oh. You got to remember, he did create the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, which were great.
One good season.
Season 2 was excellent.
Season 2 was not good.
You're crazy.
That's when it started. Right. That's when it started. I started seeing it fall off. I was like, all right, this is starting to turn into some more generic bullshit.
I don't even remember what happens in season 2, other than
exactly
dark saber.
But I do have faith in Mando and Grogu. I'm excited about it.
I'm watching it,
at the very least, look, here's the thing. I think Filoni's got a great plan. And what is that plan? Based on what I see with Maul. He's making Star Wars is more lethal again. He's going the George route. People are getting their fucking limbs cut off and shit. Finally, we got that back. And I think he's making it fun and action-packed and exciting, right? That's what this needs. And what Maul felt to me like, I felt like a kid putting in, and fuck you guys, but putting in the laser
that
disc.
makes sense because you're like the size of a kid.
Putting in the laser disc for A New Hope, and that feeling you get when you first watch the Star Wars as a young child. Fuck you, PD. I saw that look, you motherfucker.
Laser disc?
Laser disc was the first DVD for all you people who don't know.
No, I know what it is, but I mean, you're a ritzy motherfucker. The first time I ever watched Star Wars was on Betamax.
Oh,
I don't remember I don't remember the first time I watched Star Wars.
I don't specifically know when I watched it, but I know for a fact that I watched it on Betamax.
We played the video games back in the day.
I remember the first time because not only did I watch A New Hope on Laserdisc, but we had Excalibur.
Boring ass fucking movie.
If you guys haven't seen that, it's an amazing movie.
What movie?
I watched
A New Hope.
Excalibur.
Oh, Excalibur.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Excalibur. It's an R-rated version of the Merlin tale. Dude, there's incest crazy shit. I shouldn't have been watching it as a kid. That isn't the point. That's probably why I like the relationship in
Game of Thrones.
Between the Lannisters. Yeah. Never mind. Okay, we're not going to dive into my deeply flawed psyche as a Kryptonian. The point being, the feeling I got from first watching Star Wars was what I got going through this series. And I'm sure we all have minor little issues, right? Things that could have been done better, whatever else. But the feeling of being excited about something, I think, should be highlighted. And I really hate the landscape that the internet is in now, right? But Perp, we know about this. Mm-hmm. No one judges shit on the quality. It's
right because you will shit because people will praise this what happened in Maul, right, in these last couple episodes. But then they'll shit on Acolyte because Acolyte had a great that episode 5 was fucking great. That was a great, you know what I'm saying?
Was terrible though. Let's be real. The writing was god awful. It could have, but at the same time, it could have improved just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of Star Wars shit that start off bad, but then they get better.
It could have improved, and then it promptly went right down the shithole.
A better example is Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka
was terrible.
It was not great, but still there's good bits in there. And I think being that we're getting the
Dario Dawson does have some good bits.
You know my weekend. Let me tell you something. Puerto Rican chicks, anyways. That is the point. The point is,
I need to go back and watch Alexander. You know why.
The point is, it's the difference between feeling something that has room to grow, and I hate the Discord because it's and I said this to people before, and people have revisionist history and bias, and I'm sure everybody on this panel remembers. I'm not sure about you, Perp, but when the prequel trilogy came out, you fucking motherfuckers raked George over the fucking coals. Now, years later, all these fucking people come out and they go, George was like, Jesus Christ, did nothing wrong. You fucking
That's why as a whole, you cannot take Star Wars fandom serious at all. At any point. That's why it even comes out. I know y'all don't like The Last Jedi, but I don't take nobody's critique about that shit serious. I just don't. Because it's who cares? I liked it.
No, Perp, Perp.
Because but at the same time, it's just they're. I
don't blame you for it, but you have a daily really.
Okay, but there's a difference. There's a difference between liking something and defending it for being good. Because I like She-Hulk, it ain't good.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think I need to defend The Last Jedi because I enjoyed it. I don't need to harp on it 10 years later.
I've never seen you defend The Last Jedi's story beats.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, I like this, I like this, I like this, and the stuff that I don't fucking like, I don't fucking care about.
Right. And it's just like, and it's just like, and that's with me with every Star. That's with me with every Star Wars, because like there is a certain percentage, like with Phantom Menace, it's like I can give a fuck about that movie, but I'll watch that last Maul fight and then just completely skip Attack of the Clones because I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. Yes.
What?
I don't care about. I don't care about none of that. Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. Like now watching it in my big age, like seeing it in theaters, it does not hit the same. But I will say, like, I feel like there's like two different movies kind of going on in that movie, because it's like there's that tonal shift to when once like Palpatine and everything gets revealed, that's when the movie finally like gets good for me. Because everything else before that, it was just like,
fuck them kids.
Yeah, but
everything.
Yeah, before all that, it was just like it was a weird movie. Yeah, it was a weird movie. I was like, that was like the quickest heel shift turn I've ever seen. I was like, that was pretty crazy.
In Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah, but like so before that, like said, but like I said, like and then like A New Hope, it's just boring as fuck to me. I don't know what it is about that movie. It's just boring as fuck. I can't with it.
I can get on your side about it because when you're a kid, we're analyzing shit now as adults, and I can admit New Hope starts super fucking slow, but it's really the highlights that make that movie pop. And like, here's the thing, Perp, I'll tell you one thing I respect about you, and I've said this about Chris Knight too, and I think PB agrees. You two guys have kept your fucking stance about Last Jedi consistent all these years. I have never once heard you guys change your position on The Last Jedi, even though
because I'm not going to be bullied by this fandom into just hating it, because that's what happened.
Defend that movie,
because that's really how I see it. Like that's how, like a lot of people that like that at first, but like they got bullied into just not liking it, and now it's just like they're stuck on it.
We have always kept our position. I never liked it, even coming out of the theater. I've never liked it. I've said
the only movie in my entire life that I was pissed off walking out of the theater.
Me too. Me too. But here's the thing that I like about talking with Perp or talking with Chris or like people, if you like something, right, or hate something, and this is the biggest problem we get, and this all relates to Maul. I'll get to that in a second. I hate arguments where people either regurgitate shit that they've heard or it's super fucking nonsensical. I can understand where Perp is coming from. I can understand where Chris Knight is coming from. I can understand where you're coming from. Some of the shit I hear online sounds fucking... Sounds fucking insane. Insane. Some of the takes that I hear. Like how you jump from point A to point B, I do not understand the logic. That's my biggest issue when it comes to debating with people. Like they pull out this random shit that has nothing to do with the movie, nothing to do with the show. It's just like a mixture of shit that they've heard and maybe their own personal fucking opinion. But it's not relevant to what the show is about or to what you're talking about. And me and PB have heard this. And Perp, I wanted to bring this up because I know you watch some of Daredevil. Like the shit with trying to relate it to ice and all this other bullshit. It's just like, where are you pulling this from? Like, what is your basis for this argument? Like, I kind of get the idea, but it's just like wild leaps. And it drives me up a fucking wall. I don't know. That's just my feelings. What do you guys think? Go ahead, talk amongst yourself. I gotta use the restroom. One quick second.
Of course you do. The banquet beers are kicking in.
Oh yeah, they're kicking in, bro. I have to
take it easy, guy. It's just some light afternoon drinking in Wisconsin.
Dude, you guys know I'm a fan of Cobra Kai. Johnny Lawrence was fucking right. Coors Banquet is the shit.
I don't drink, so
you don't.
I wouldn't know.
You don't drink at all?
Nah, I drink. I go to. I get the THC drinks over some beer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say,
just
that doesn't count if you're talking about drinking.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's not the point. The point is, episode 10 is better than episode 9.
Yeah, in every way.
So
yeah.
That is the point.
On to episode 10. Go ahead. Give me your
What pisses me off about episode 10, and Perp, I'm very curious as to if yours is the same thing. How in the fuck does Darth Vader swing his lightsaber, hit Darth Maul in the legs, but not slice all the way through?
That's another thing. I was thinking, I'll go for the legs. I was like, yo, how's everybody, the one thing I was like, he's the one person that goes for the legs. Nobody else goes for Vader's legs. That was like, everybody's going for his head or his nobody going for his fucking legs. But the one person that's also handicapped goes for the other handicap's legs. Like, that shit's hilarious to me.
But, okay, Darth Maul doesn't know that he's handicapped at all.
Still, you should still go. Like, nobody just like tries to like go for the legs when we're like doing these duels.
I agree with you. Everybody is trying to go for a kill shot instead of a disabling shot.
Yeah, like especially with Daki, he's the shortest one there. He should be, you know what I'm saying? And I like how Maul was like, he'll swing, he'll come back, analyze, swing, analyze. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, I was like, yeah, why don't he? That was another one of my points, just like about Vader.
I gotta interrupt you guys. Who are hilarious with your nitpicks, and I just want to highlight something for everybody watching. These here are super nitpicks because this show is really good, especially episode 10. I think we can all agree episode 10 is probably the highlight of the series.
I don't think it's a nitpick though, because like this is what I wanted to say about Vader. I was like, yo, he is like notorious for letting motherfuckers just go. Like every time I see, like, there's so many shots of him just looking up looking at a fucking spaceship or somebody taking off. I was like, bro, you never finished the job. I was like, no, Palpatine obviously sent you there for a reason, and you let the people you obviously are there for Maul. You let this motherfucker get away instead of just like, as you're fighting Doc, you can literally pull him towards you. Like, you're not going nowhere. We've seen this done before. Like, you remember in the Acolyte, whatever, in episode 5, he was turning people into shish kebabs. He's like, you're not running away. Come here.
I mean,
it's just like little stuff like that. It's just like, that don't really make sense. But I was like, I get it. It's plot. You gotta make Vader look.
Okay, so Perp, I'm gonna agree with you. Me personally, and that's what I loved about having you guys on the panel. If an episode's good, I can let things go for obvious plot reasons, like you gotta have Maul live. We know where he ends up. Whatever. If a show's good enough for me, I can kind of overlook some shortcomings because let's be real, unless you're Breaking Bad or one of these prestige television shows, you're not gonna have super high, like. It's amazing how good this show is just for being animated. Let's be real. They did not have to put as much detail
but I feel like this is where Star Wars always runs into its problems because while like Andor a little bit more, just because it's like it was just like too telegraphed. It's too predictable. It's too safe. It's like, this is going to happen, or
they did some okay. And I've heard a stupid theory, and thank you, because this leads into my point. Who thinks Larson is alive? I think he's
Lawson.
Dead.
Lawson.
He got.
I hope he's dead. He's annoying.
Yeah, he's dead. And I got people going.
He ain't dead.
He's dead. He got shot by blaster bolts several times.
Okay, that's another problem.
But also, people have been stabbed. People have been stabbed with lightsabers and survived.
Right.
Dude, blaster bolts historically have still killed people if they hit vital spots. That motherfucker got hit like 16 times.
That shit was funny. Somebody said like, "Oh, we sure?"
And it will be a big negative. but I don't think
So,
he's
somebody was saying,
the synopsis, the actor, everybody said he sacrificed himself. So I'm gonna take it as he's fucking dead until I'm proven wrong.
Somebody was saying like, are we sure that Dacky is dead? Like, because he got stabbed.
Dacky's 100% dead.
No, because like we know, but we know why somebody would say that, because like we've seen people getting stabbed and survived that shit.
No, if we would have only seen him get stabbed, then I would say 50-50 on whether or not he's alive. You see him die. His body is laying there.
He's like
his eyes closed. He died.
He died. This is what I'm talking about. We just talked about this.
Which played out exactly the fucking way I told you it was going to, Zod. And what was great about that entire exchange is I knew how it was going to play out, and it still exceeded my expectations.
Can I also say something that I want to give a plus to this show? And I'm going to relate it to the Penguin. I like how this show is not doing the Disney bullshit where they try to say, oh, he's a bad guy, but he's got a heart of gold. Maul fucking tripped him. Maul tripped him and fucking booked it. Bro, I can't tell you how hard I laughed, because not only is it in character, but he did the slick shit where he did a force push where it looked like he tripped over a rock or something. And fucking laughed, dude. Okay, I'm going to say my favorite moment in the episode right now, because I've already said it. When he does that little like force push trip, whatever, and it causes him to fuck up, bro, I was laughing so hard. And I love the fact when they let villains be villains, because Disney's biggest problem, and this is in the MCU or Marvel or in Marvel or regular fucking Disney projects or Star Wars 2, I hate when they try to go, well, yeah, he's an evil villain, but, you know, he's saving this girl and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, let a villain be a villain. Look, in the Penguin, there were moments in that show where I was like, I could grab a beer with Oz. And then you just
I get that. Like having villains be villains for villain's sake, you know, but also it's not a problem to have them have some type of depth and just not just be a mustaching twirling, like, oh, I gotta destroy everything. Like,
exactly,
that gets boring too.
And this is something I've always respected about Dave Filoni's writing. He, in every iteration of the shows he's worked on, he does give you stuff where you could go, I understand where this guy is coming from. But they never seem to lose sight that the bad guy is the fucking bad guy. Maul is Maul Shadow Lord, not Maul the cuddler of fucking puppies or whatever, okay? He's a fucking bad guy. He practices the dark side. He wants to kill people. He's out for revenge. And I hate watching shows and fucking media where it's like, yeah, he's a villain, but he saved this church full of nuns, so is he really a bad guy? Fuck no. Make the villain a villain. That's like saying, the Joker blows shit up, but occasionally he'll save someone, so is he really bad? No, he's a fucking bad guy. Why can't we just have bad guys? That's the whole fucking point of literature. That's the point of making, like, opposing forces. Like, yes, maybe you can understand where a villain is coming from.
Thanos wasn't a villain.
I was just thinking that.
I mean, Thanos is very...
Tony has always been the real villain. Tony's always been the real villain.
I'm so excited for Doomsday.
Fuck Tony Stark.
We don't have to worry about and Daredevil's not going to be in the movie unless he's in Secret Wars when they go to Battle World, because he's in prison. Which, dude, I was having that thought watching the show. I was like, is everything in this show just going to be erased in, what, a year and a half, 2 years?
I don't
probably not. It's probably just going to be really reshuffled, because I think what's going to happen, whatever Doom does at the end of Doomsday, that's going to be permanent, and that's going to be the new MCU. Like the world, you know what I'm saying? And like after the dust clears and stuff like that, that's going to be the new world that they live in.
Okay, I know this has nothing to do with Maul Shadow Lord, but I gotta say, I was a little bit on the fence about the MCU, but after watching Daredevil, I'm gonna say I'm kind of excited for fuck you, PB, because I know what you're gonna say. But Avengers Doomsday, I'm kind of a little bit excited about it. I'm a little bit hyped.
So excited.
I was
Kevin Hart.
I was on the fence, but seeing the groundwork being laid, it's really amazing to me, and a testament to what they're doing, Kevin and the boys are doing over there, that they can have literally probably the worst 2 years of MCU releases, or a year, whatever it is. It felt like forever. And yet, and even in that, they had some really standout projects and shows and movies. And fuck anybody who says, oh, everything in the new timeline. No, not all of it was garbage. Loki was great. Shang-Chi was great. Like, there was some good stuff in there.
Okay, we had Werewolf by Night. We had Guardians 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, we had plenty of good, like, the Guardians Christmas, yeah. We had plenty of good, like, MCU content, like, post, Endgame. Like, I don't know what people talk. I've always felt the same way. Like, just, like, I don't hold the Infinity Saga to this, like, grand standard, because it's just, like, a lot of them films, like, don't do shit for me. Like, unless if they re-release them in theaters, I'll watch them, but I'm not going to go out my way to just, I don't rewatch, like, MCU movies like that, so.
It amazes me. You see, like, 30 movies a month, but yeah, you won't rewatch like really good ones. Like, that's fucking like. So
I'll say I'll rewatch it, but like I don't have this infinity like love for like somebody would like Civil War. I don't rewatch that shit like 10 times. Like, I'm good off that.
I've watched Wakanda Forever more than the original Black Panther. Fuck you. I still stand by my stance. All those years ago, that Wakanda Forever was the better out of the two.
Which movie in the MCU do you think that you've watched the most number of times? And how many times do you think you've roughly watched it?
I could definitely say Infinity War. But even looking at Infinity War, it's just like I was like, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch this in theaters. Like, this is theatrical.
I agree.
They definitely are way better in the movies for
in the theaters. Yeah,
the immersion feeling that.
And Endgame. I think I've probably watched Endgame more than I have Infinity War. I don't know the number exactly, but I know I probably watched Endgame more.
Are we talking like 10 times, 20 times, 50 times?
Probably like 4.
4. Okay, so still
4 or 5
digits. Zod, what about you? Which movie in the MCU? I mean, I would guess that the movie that you've watched the most in the MCU is The Winter Soldier.
Actually, you'd be wrong.
It's Captain Marvel.
I fucking damn it. Should have known.
Well, Captain Marvel's almost up there, sadly, for a movie I fucking hate. But actually, surprisingly, it's Endgame. I've seen Endgame 5 times in theater, and I've watched it.
You haven't watched any of the other MCU movies more than 5 times?
No, I'm not done. I've watched it 5 times in theater, and I've watched it like 4 or 5 more times outside of the theater. I don't know why. I really love Endgame.
Before we get back into it, I will say I feel like Endgame is a better movie than Infinity War. Just
America's
like a complete movie.
It always gets me.
We've had this argument on which movie is better between the two. Okay, then I must be wasting my fucking life, because all the way leading up to Infinity War, every fucking movie that came out before that, I rewatched. Like, you got plenty of time. If you watch one movie a day, you always have plenty of time to watch all of them, because at that point, let's say you were pushing 20 by the time, Infinity War came out. So I definitely watched everything before that number of times. So wherever it came out, whenever the next movie is out, that's how many times I watched that. Now, to take it to the actual number, I've watched Iron Man well over 200 times.
I believe you.
Okay,
like, not even close.
So here's the thing. Iron Man 1, I've watched maybe 3 times.
That's insane.
I and now I'm gonna say something crazy. I actually have watched Iron Man 3 more. I like Iron Man 3 the
greatest
best.
Christmas movie of all time.
It's a great Christmas movie.
There's no Christmas movie better than A Christmas Story. Let's not do that. Let's not do that today.
Okay. Where in the Christmas Story? No, I'm talking about you get everything in Iron Man 3. Where are the explosions in A Christmas Story?
It's a clanker. That's the explosion right there.
You're gonna shoot your eye out. Okay? You're gonna shoot your eye out.
So, like, I watch Iron Man 3 and Hawkeye every Christmas since they've been out.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Hawkeye, I've watched 2 or 3 Christmases, but I agree with you. Iron Man 3, I watch every fucking Christmas.
I'll say this before we get
the Guardians Christmas special. Sorry.
I'll say this, since you watched Iron Man 200 times, you have no excuse not to get into One Piece now. So, you know what I'm saying? So start your journey.
I can't get into One Piece. I got time. I gotta make time to watch Iron Man.
Perp, I agree with you on this. Perp, hold on. We're gonna get super off track for a second because I gotta know. Because you're the only one I can talk to about this. Bro, that second season of One Piece is fucking fire. I cried with that fucking whale.
You should watch the anime and then watch the remake when it comes out.
No, I did. I watched
remaking it.
I watched it up to where the show is right now, just to see the episodes they cut. I got to tell you, season 2, they did a pretty good job considering all the fucking shit, dude. That took me so long.
Yes.
Okay,
fucking long.
When you say remake, do you mean they are just redoing the visuals? Or
it's new visuals, but it's more streamlined. It's gonna follow more like alongside the manga, so where like it's not like
doing new
because like there's gonna be some new voiceovers because the Japanese voice actress that does Luffy's voice, she doesn't want to do it because she's like, I'm already doing too much. She's like 71. She's just like, I'm already doing too much.
Okay.
But so essentially, they're also going to be like adapting more chapters per episode because normally, like what Toei likes to do, they'll like adapt like a chapter, probably less than that, and that's why like the pacing of like the original anime, like some people will complain about like the pacing and whatnot because they just they'll add shit like Toei shit in there. And that's why they're able with this, they're able to cut it down to 7 episodes. They're going to be covering like the first like 50 chapters, which is like would be like the first 20 episodes, whatever, of like the anime, and they're condensing that down to like 7 episodes pretty much. So
like Perp, here's my thing with One Piece. One Piece is one of those rare animes where you could cut out like fucking 80% of the beginning and you'd be fine.
No, you can't. You can't though.
Maybe 7 episodes. If I'm being,
but that's what I'm saying. Like One Piece doesn't have that much actual filler though. Like when you really look at the grand, it's just like how it's just not as much as Naruto. Not as much as Naruto. I'm saying like the actual filler that has nothing to do with the actual main story. Like it's literally like 5 to 10% of the series. Like if that.
But getting back to Netflix, what did you think about season 2? Because I've been dying to talk about it, and it's one of the things I watched. I thought it was good.
The title of the stream say "Review of One Piece Netflix."
No.
We can talk about it later.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I thought it was solid. You know, like I do like. There are some creative things that I like. Some of the gags from the anime that I wish they would have kept in there, like when they make Krogus and stuff like that, like the whole them looking back and forth, like that shit was fucking hilarious. But they completely cut that out.
I was about that. Okay, but I would say it's pretty solid, especially if you're trying to get a regular audience.
Darth Maul Shadow Lords, even though he's not a Darth no more.
Oh, you almost got it, Perp. What I love is saving 15% on movie palettes at moviepalette.com.
You still got that?
Fuck yes.
Yes, I do.
Code Zone 15.
No, I don't know why they did endorse me all these years, but thank you too.
Hey, they need to, you know, say up the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm promoting all this shit. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Gas is high.
To be fair, on poor Mark, there's been some videos where he's had to wait to the end of the stream where me and PB remembered we were supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, last week when we did the 3 was it 3 shows? Whatever the last triple, or no, it was just the 2 shows. We didn't do the movie palette ad until like 3 hours something.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
I got one in the first 5 minutes because I was gonna say what I also love is Maul Shadow Lord. What a great show.
Yes. Episode 10.
Okay, so
my God, I told you I just wanted fucking Vader, and I got fucking Vader, and I loved it. That's why I seen what what Perp said on X. Did you see his post earlier, Zod?
No, I did not.
He was quote tweeting somebody else's. I don't remember what they said. It's not important. But what he said was that, well, people just want the same thing over and over again. I was like, if it's Darth Vader, hell yes.
And that's why I say, like, yo, like Star Wars fans are full of shit, bro. Because I was like, yo, that's why like these rankings don't make no sense. Because I was like, yo, nobody was talking about Maul like that until Vader showed up, bro. Like, it's some bullshit, bro. Like, this is why we can't have nice things or new things. I was just like, yo, but like, I want new things at the same time. Like, yeah, it's cool, get Vader in here, but it's just like, I was just like, man, that's all.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now I was just saying, like, all that hate and shit goes away once Vader pops up and shit. Like, I was just like, y'all are full of shit, man.
I would agree with you in large majority, but if they could make all of their shows to the quality of Andor, which has exactly 0 Darth Vader, it's the best show that they've ever made.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually do something wild, and I've done it once in a while, but I agree with Perp because I said this to you 2 weeks before we saw Vader. I agree with Perp on one thing. Star Wars is in this weird part, and you brought it up to me about the
plays it too safe.
We see nothing after the sequel trilogy. Everything is in between the timeline. And I would like to see, and we've seen directors capable of this, I would like to see them advance the story forward with new things. But at the same time, I agree with PD. If you're going to do that, we will need shit that's on the level of Andor in quality and in storytelling. And I think Dave could do it. I've been a big Dave show. I'm not gonna lie.
My only gripe with Dave is afraid to take risks. He's afraid to take risks. He plays it too safe. He plays it way too safe. Because look at the. But look, fuck all that. Look at, like, we had to bring in fucking Vader because nobody was like, Maul was good on its own. You know, with you didn't have to bring in. But hold on. They didn't like. They could have finished off this season with them just going back and forth with the Inquisitors and shit. That was fine enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
The fact that they weren't confident enough to let it like just end, because they did the shit with the Mandalorian Grogu with season 2. They had to bring in Luke. They couldn't just let the motherfucker just stand on his own. They always have to bring in these cameos to elevate shit or to get to people to watch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying, like, yo, this fandom is bullshit because y'all will not support something that is really good, or more people should be talking about Andor, yada yada yada. But that's just something I've noticed. It's just like they don't allow like these shows to stand on their own.
Well, here's the thing you're not realizing, Perp. I've talked to a lot of people outside of the internet and our circles, and there's a lot of people who are normies that have watched Andor and liked it. Here's the thing. I think that you need to appeal to the
No. I'm not even like the fall of the normies. It's like it's hardcore Star Wars fans should be watching and talking about this shit instead of talking about how Star Wars is dead, is this, that, and the third. But then as soon as Vader pops up or Obi-Wan or Luke pops up, oh, Star Wars is back, baby. It's like clockwork.
No, here's the thing. I don't disagree with you. That Star Wars fans, because I've said this before, and I was talking about someone with this at my bar, that I get pissed off at the fandom for one reason is because even when George was in charge, and I've said this numerous times, Star Wars fans attacked George years ago. Now he's like the Jesus Christ of Star Wars. And these motherfuckers, when the prequels came out, you guys remember that? But they came at George. I don't blame him for fucking selling. Because all of these motherfuckers who are sitting here talking about how great things are and they're going back and going, oh, I actually like the...
He sold too low.
No,
he sold too low.
You're like pulling the thoughts out of my brain. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like...
So too low. I was like, bro, I need 8. I need 8. You need to double them digits, bro. I need 8.
It's got to be at least okay. If they paid
10
million or $70 billion for Marvel, you would think that Star Wars got to be worth at least half of that. So the fact
4
that
billion,
huh?
4 billion, like for Star Wars. I was like, bro, they got that shit back with the sequel trilogies.
Damn near,
yeah. My point being is that Star Wars fans are an interesting bunch, and they're like a lot of different fandoms that we've encountered.
A lot of them are slow. And like Windows.
You always have the sect of people that is like, oh, Star Wars is made by Disney, therefore whatever they're making is shit.
And I talked about this too, and I want to talk about this with reviews. And I think we've all suffered this in one way or another. I will not judge any movie product, no matter if it's a Disney remake of a classic, or I use Disney a lot because that's the hate train everyone is on, or Sony or the new Scream, which sucked ass. But I didn't judge this based on what people were saying. I judged it viewing the movie. And I hate this thing that motherfuckers will come out and they will shit talk something, and then they will go on their stream or their fucking video and they say, oh, I didn't watch anything. I just looked at a clip. And it's like, yeah, you're looking at... Okay,
that's all people do is watch clips.
Let me give you an example. The Odyssey. There's this big hoopla. And I was talking about this with Bitchy last
I don't understand that shit at all.
Me neither.
Because what?
Because apparently in this mythological story that is not based in fact at all, people don't like the American dialects. And one person said, my dad is coming home. And people are making a big mess. They're like, oh, it takes me out of it. This is a period piece and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's the fucking...
I was like, it's not real. It's not real. They got a fucking Cyclops.
It's on Zeus and Poseidon. Are you kidding me?
People will ignore that, but they won't see how incredible that Cyclops looks. That's practical.
It's practical.
Yeah, he doesn't use no spec. That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. There is a Cyclops. There's Zeus. There's Poseidon. None of this shit exists in real life. But the thing people are hung up on is the American dialect, because there's American actors playing in a Greek setting.
Are we supposed to do that for everything? Like anything that takes place in any time period, you can only use the dialect of the time and the language of the area. Like, so many movies are not going to be watched because I don't care. We're talking about the general public is not going to go to watch a subtitled film. The only subtitled film that I know of that did major money is The Passion of the Christ. And that's because it's about Jesus Christ.
Oh, and that's a shame. That's a shame because people should watch more movies with subtitles and shit.
Godzilla Minus Zero did very good money too.
You got you got Train to Busan, one of the greatest fucking zombie films ever, but people won't watch it because it's subtitled.
No, but I'm saying you're not going to have anything at the level of a Endgame, Infinity War, Titanic, Avatar. Like, if they're not speaking English,
that's not true. That's not true though. Like anime could definitely break through. That's different, but
I wanted to bring up PB's point. Titanic, right? Let's use Titanic for an example. Do you think in the 1930s they talked like anything that was in that fucking movie? I don't remember that kid talked Moxie.
They probably talked in that movie like they talk in frickin' House of Asher.
Yeah, thank you. And I hated House of Asher, not because of the dialect, more because it was it was bad. Watch the original.
I hate when people try to make like things like accurate and all that shit. Like when y'all still praising a white Jesus and shit like that, knowing that damn well that man is not white. But people like I know, so they'll always depict him as white and shit.
I mean,
it's funny.
In Passion of the Christ, he wasn't a white guy.
No, he wasn't actually. He was pretty tan.
Well, that's one example. Perp is right when he says that most places Jesus Christ looks
he is white
than he does Arabic.
I was like, bro, there ain't no way he's that white with the sun beaming on him like that.
Dude, I go outside here where I live. We'll say it's not a particularly super sunny area, but I tell you right now, I am white as shit. If I was in fucking Egypt or wherever, I would be fucking beet red. I look like a fucking tomato. Okay.
We don't need to know what you and Bitchy do behind closed doors.
No, but I agree. And this is my problem is swinging it back to Maul Shadow Lord. This is a good Star Wars, and I noticed the usual suspects. They're not saying anything, and this is what pisses me off about that sect of the fandom. These projects could be getting highlighted, and the fan base screams that they want something original. Now, don't get me wrong, they brought in Vader or whatever else, but I think we can all agree this is a project done with passion. They give a shit. They took their time to animate shit. They're trying. And if people don't support it, we're going to get the same shit we got before, because then they're going to think, well, we tried. We went in this direction and people didn't like it. And it's this one stupid fucking section that, the EU, blah, 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 and all this dumb shit. Can't we all just like fucking unite and be like, yes, this is a good show. Improve on it. Like Perp said, use other.
It doesn't make the money. If it doesn't make the money, they're not going to do that.
But they did a green light of season 2. So we know for a fact.
No, I'm saying like the reason why those people won't like the usual suspects don't do it because of money.
Yeah, they're in the anger algorithm, and they don't care about giving a legitimate opinion. They care about causing a row.
The greatest thing all of us ever did was not be associated with any of that, because you get stuck in a box. And we had this issue too with coverage on Step, unfortunately. You get stuck in a box, and my channel personally, even with 0 people watching or 1 person watching, I don't care. I've always been just liking to talk to the air if I have to, or to 1 person or whatever, and give it my view. And I feel like the thing with YouTube is people are chasing getting more revenue.
They want you to be the same in every video that you make. So if you got a shit ton of subscribers on something that you're fucking glazing, they want you to glaze everything.
You gotta hop off real quick.
I'm being pissed at something. They want you to be pissed at everything.
Yeah, I gotta hop off real quick. My shit's dying.
Okie dokie. Thanks for joining.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Perp. Thank you. Go check out Perp Minded. He's great.
Do not go check out Perp Minded.
Oh yeah, that's right. Check out.
Nobody go to his channel. You do not want to invade his channel You don't want to see what's going on over there. You definitely don't want to like any of his videos.
And don't subscribe, nothing. If it
Like,
comes up
you should
randomly,
actually, if you end up going there, you should not share his channel on any of your social medias, letting everybody know that you're not watching.
So let's go to one of, I feel like this is going to be complicated on my feelings to talk
Moving
about.
on to the next show.
Yes. Wait, what do we give this number? Let's do a number for this. 9 and 10. Let's just rate them together. What do you think?
Well, 9, episode 9, I would say is a 9, and episode 10 is like, I really want to do quarter numbers. So I have to end up going 9.5 because we don't do quarter numbers.
I'm going to go.
If they wouldn't have had the moment where he swings the lightsaber and hits Maul in the leg, but decides to not slice all the way through, because the lightsaber is going to go through it like butter. His legs are not made of Beskar.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you. I'll give a 9, like you, to episode 9, but to 10, I'm going to give a 10. I don't have the same issue.
Episode 10, it might be the most menacing I've ever felt Vader, and that's including the hallway scene in Rogue One.
Exactly, and that's why I'm going 10. I can look past the lightsaber technical shit.
I mean, all of the stuff that I'm always pissed about, because Star Wars is a mythical / magical universe, like using the Force is essentially a magic trick. Like, this is the magic trick you are looking for, right? So like, you can give outs. You could be like, oh well, when he swung the lightsaber into him, Darth Maul stopped it with the Force, and that's as deep as it could get. Like, you could say that. You don't see it happen, but you could say that it did happen. Like, there is space for it to happen in, even if you're not physically seeing the motions. Like, we didn't see Darth Vader stab Daki, but we seen the lightsaber in him. Well, how do you think it got there?
And that's why I'm saying, for me,
it's amazing. Now, to be fair, like, if we're rating the whole show, like, Andor is a 9.5, but for the whole show, for this, I would give it, for the whole season, I'd give it a 9. Just because of those down moments.
I'm going to say I'd be at a 9 because all of my numbers have been in the 8s or not. We didn't have a 7. Did we have a 7 in it? I don't think we had a 7 in this.
Yeah, you definitely did a 7. I thought you did a 6 for one of the episodes.
No, did I do a 6? I don't think I did a 6 for this. I think I did a 6 for
This is why we need Fandom Zone stats, or anybody in the comment section, because no one is watching.
Okay, so if you're rewatching, because I do notice the views go way up on the rewatch. So if you do rewatch this and you're seeing all the way through, and I watch the analytics, they watch a half hour, 45 minutes. But if you get to this point, let us know. If you track the scores and where you see it, but I don't think we've had a number that low. Maybe the first episode. Anyways, I'm gonna land on a 9 for the season as well, just to be safe. I think that,
I feel like that's good. That means that there's room for improvement.
Yeah, and even if I gave hypothetically all 9s, I'd say 9.
In the last 2 episodes, let's say that all of the characters that disappear, so like Lawson is dead, Daki's dead, like, we killed off a bunch of characters that were intricately intertwined in the story, which means we can have a tighter focus on Maul and his apprentice, because I am very intrigued to see how the relationship evolves, because we don't know what happens to her. She could die. She could abandon him. There's no way to know until we see it happen.
She could be introduced in something else later down the line, which I think that's the route they're going.
Right. She could end up getting her own show. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And I think this sets up. I think this is, we talk about shows. If this was like a timeline like Marvel, I would say this was a good start to the new Star Wars timeline, right? The new things that they're doing. Let's say this is the Jedi timeline or whatever.
Okay, well, Maul takes place during the Empire.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Jedi timeline ends in Episode 3.
No,
Revenge of the Sith is when the Jedi timeline ends, if that's what we're talking about.
So we'll say
the end of the High Republic.
So we'll say this is the Empire timeline. I think this is a good start to tell stories, and hopefully we go past the sequel trilogy. I would like to see more things done with that might erase the bad taste from those 3 movies, because like you said, there is fucking nothing after that. And I would like to prove Purple wrong and see Dave Filoni course correct and give us some good shit.
Okay, I would like to know why Eric Kripke, right? That's the voice?
Yep.
Yeah. I would like to know why Eric Kripke has such a fascination with using male genitals as a superpower.
Oh my god, yes. Perfect segue. So the boys
me and Frenchie had the exact same reaction.
So first off, episode 6, I'm just gonna say this. This to me is the strongest episode.
Dude, we are right back to peak boys with this episode.
Without a shadow of a doubt. First off, the betrayals I didn't see coming. Did you see? I gotta say,
which betrayals?
Okay, yeah.
What are you constituting as betrayals?
Ooh, so, Sister
Buenos Nachos,
Sage,
Carmen.
Sister Sage, what's up?
Sister Sage turns on Homelander. You're saying that's
no. Her counting on Soldier Boy turning on Homelander. I was with her. I can't believe it. I know, but I kind of felt
Why can you not believe it?
I thought, yeah, based on everything.
What I can't believe is that the reason that they gave for it. Like, he just had the moment when they were with all the celebrities where he's like, I'm the only one who fucks my son. Wait.
But no.
So he said that he was the only one that could screw him over. I know. So he must love him enough, because he could have killed him and he decided not to.
No, but I think the only reason why he was swayed was because of the chick from the first season, Stillwater or whatever her name is. I forgot. The blonde chick.
What the fuck does Stillwell have to do with Soldier Boy?
That was his Peggy Carter. They had were you not watching they had dated all of those years before. He still doesn't know that he lasered her face, but they were a couple back in the day, and he said that. When he said we both love the same woman, and I was only pissed, but she would want you to have this. That was who they were talking about. The breast.
Oh, that's weird. I thought they were talking about Stormfront.
No, they were talking about her. That's his Peggy Carter.
I didn't hear. What name did he call her? What name did he call her? He didn't say Madeline.
No, he called her by her first name. Madeline is like her middle name or something. She didn't use her first name. I'm pretty sure. Maybe Madeline was her first.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was talking about Madeline. They were together back in the day.
I gotta fast forward to that moment because I need to hear what name he says. Because I don't know, maybe the baby said something and I didn't hear it clearly. Because I thought that whole time they were talking about Stormfront. I also thought that he was gonna laser bomb sight as he was running away, and then he didn't.
No, but the thing is that like Soldier Boy was with Madeline, which is I'm curious for the Soldier Boy series, because then that means they're gonna flesh that out. But yeah, he was in love with Madeline, and that's why they were back at the house where he killed Madeline, because Sage planted that to cause a rift.
How could they be back at the house where I killed Madeline? I got blown the fuck up, guy.
No, they were back at it was the same exact house reconstructed.
He said, who the fuck is Clara?
Maybe that's her first name. Because they're talking about Madeline.
How do you know that?
Because Soldier Boy in one of the episodes saw a picture of her, and he's like, "Yeah, I knew her." And then they got into it. That was the whole debate. They both fucked Madeline Stillwell or whatever.
I don't know that Homelander ever did bang her.
Well, you get what I'm saying. They both had feelings for her. His was more disgusting.
I'm not seeing anywhere here where it says Madeline. Hold on. Let's ask it a question. It said Madeline Stillwell is Clara?
Yeah.
It says no, Madeline Stillwell is not Clara. They're two separate characters. Yeah, Clara is Stormfront.
Oh.
I told you that's what's fucking crazy is that he's like, well, she wanted to bring the Fourth Reich, but she hadn't met the person that was going to be the super Nazi yet. What the fuck? Because I didn't think, like, Soldier Boy does not like Nazis. Literally, went and fought the Nazis.
Opposites attract. I mean, me and Bitchy.
He didn't know that Stormfront was a Nazi lover.
I mean, but clearly they had feelings.
Uh-oh. This baby is upset.
Oh, no.
Are you cranky, little baby? Did I wake you from your nap? Talk.
Yeah, but okay, so my bad, Claire. I made Stormfront. So essentially they both fucked Stormfront, which is weird Game of Thrones shit. But so the whole thing is they try to turn them against each other, and in this episode, Homelander has now become invincible, which first off, kudos, because I thought that was going to be a difficult thing to write into the story and not paint yourself into a corner, especially with only 2 episodes left because they have 7 and 8 left. But God, that ramps this thing up to like 11. I loved the introduction of Paul Reiser's character back from season 1. He was the guy who knows all the dirt on the superheroes. I got to say, one of my favorite parts is Paul Reiser talking with Homelander, and he fucking let him live, which out of everybody,
that's my favorite scene. That's my favorite scene of the episode.
Okay, holy shit, dude, crazy. We have the same favorite scene, dude. Such a great comment. This is what I'm talking about with good writing. Like, that reminds me of Game of Thrones, where you can have
whoever wrote that scene knows what the fuck they're doing to make it hit the way that it does.
Okay, so let me ask you, were you on the fence? I thought for sure Homelander was going to kill him. I thought for sure he was going to fucking kill him. Like,
no, I do like how he encouraged him to leave so that he wouldn't change his mind like he did with Firecracker. Like, she could have just left.
He's like,
what's up, Jane?
Don't say anything. Just go. Like, so, God, there's so much to break down.
I don't even remember, like, so much happened in the episode, but the fact that, like, I can't see anything past the main event.
So
I don't know what Bomb Sight's powers are. Is he just like Soldier Boy but can fly?
He's like Soldier Boy. He can fly, but also he's called Bomb Sight. When he hits the ground, it's like a bomb going off. Like, if it was normal, he just explode them. That's why they call him Bomb Sight. So he jumps, he flies, and then he crashes down.
Okay.
Boom. That's his power. The whole thing with Bomb Sight, dude, talk about emotions. I felt like Captain America and Bucky. I was just saying, and actually, Bitchy, She was pissed. I've never seen her. She's kind of like 50-50 on the boys. She likes some things. She doesn't like other things. But she was pissed when the episode ended. She goes, "Oh, we gotta wait a week." She was like, she was asking me, she says, "Oh, what's going on?" I go, "Oh, they're giving him this formula to make him invincible." She was like, "What? Really?" I was like, yeah. And then she saw the ending and she goes, she's like, "It ends there?"
I would not use that word. I'd say he gave him the formula to make him immortal, not invincible. He was already.
Oh.
I mean, you could already say he was invincible, but he was definitely getting older.
Yeah, immortal. So, oh my god, so much to unpack.
And not immortal in the same way that the immortal is immortal.
Let's go with this because this is going to be a hard one for us. God, every episode of every show was so good this week.
It was.
What would be a nitpick? Because I gotta be honest with you, I couldn't find it, so I'm hoping you might jog something that'll. But I don't think really this episode has any weak points for me. Even starting off with
my only nitpick is, let's call it the final fight, where you got who the fuck was there? Why am I forgetting somebody? Who was fighting with Bombsight? Before that. No, when they were fighting the old people at the home. That's what I mean. When that fight was going on.
It was Butcher.
Okay, it doesn't matter who they were fighting. The whole point is you had soup versus soup, soup versus soup, and soup versus human. Which I've seen the theory that some people have been positing that MM took the V and now has superpowers. Like, how does he not get killed in that situation? He's just a regular guy.
Okay, so in the previous season when they were taking the experimental V, I think MM took.
You're talking about the temp V?
The temp V. I think MM took some, and he may have found some other stuff and been taking it. But once again, and this is like you said, this actually could be a flaw or a nitpick. We don't know. It depends on what they put through on 7 or 8. I think that MM has been taking stuff to keep up because they've been highlighting how he's going toe to toe with these soups. And Eric Kripke has done a pretty great job of not leaving a lot of these like little plot holes or loose sort of threads. So I think maybe it'll be a reveal that maybe he took some shit like Butcher. Okay.
So then my follow-up question is, if all of the characters in the boys are meant to be parodies of other superheroes, right? Like,
yep,
that's the gist of it, right?
Yep.
Who the fuck are the superheroes in any comic that uses their testicles as their superpower?
Well, that's the satirical spin. Like,
no, but they're all supposed to be parodies. What is that parody? What is that a parody of?
Asian, good with martial art, Shang-Chi. That's the parody. That was the parody of the comic too. Only it's what it is.
In what fucking way do having bangles or not bangles, rings on your forearm?
No, the martial art. People forget Shang-Chi is supposed to be
a fucking martial arts.
Shang-Chi is supposed to be
your balls is not a martial art, guy. Swinging around your balls is not a martial art.
He's using it like a fucking nunchuck. That's nunchuck moves.
No.
Dude,
he was swinging it around like a fucking lasso, not a nunchuck. What?
No, it was definitely a nunchuck.
He swung it in a circle.
I mean, you can swing.
You do not swing your nunchuck.
Cowboys don't have a fucking. They don't have a fucking patent on how you fucking swing your weapons. The nunchucks get swung like that too. Are you kidding me?
Somebody stands there and swings their nunchuck above their head.
Yes.
No. Show me one fucking instance where Michelangelo is swinging his nunchucks above his fucking head.
My mom has done it in demonstrations.
Your
and then
mom's
she
name
switches.
is Michelangelo?
And sometimes she does 2 of them.
I never seen any, like, I've seen people use nunchucks before, guy. I ain't never seen somebody take their nunchuck and just swing it above their head so that they can hit someone with it.
I have. Okay. When we all get together, I'll have my mom can do that shit. She's done it.
I didn't say that she couldn't do it. I'm saying it doesn't add anything to the discipline as using nunchucks as a weapon. Not to mention the fact that it's more like a fucking rope than a nunchuck. You have any idea how short a nunchuck is?
I mean, but we're talking a ball sack. So, I mean, okay, we're getting super nitty-gritty.
Who, the guy who has the fucking elephant penis, what is that a parody of? Nunchucks?
No, that's supposed to be a parody of the Red Guardian. Even Mark Miller said that. But the joke is he's Russian instead, and he's got a big sausage. Some of them don't exactly line up one for one. But he took Red Guardian as the inspiration for...
You had the first half of that sentence right, but the second half was right. What you meant to say was some of them don't line up at all.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be, oh, I see what you're doing.
I think that I can get I can get some shock value out of using testicles and someone's penis as a weapon. That's all it's there for, guys. It's just there for shock value. It's no parody of anything.
So that was also the complaint in the comic book as well, was that some of it, especially at the end of the show, didn't particularly make sense to how they set everything else up. And that's why, to be fair, a lot of people don't like the end of the source material. Hurts my heart to say, because it doesn't exactly line up very well, which is why, even as a fan of the boys comic, I am more intrigued by the end of this show than I was at the end of the book. Because at the end of the book, I like the characters. I like the idea of where they go, but how it's executed is fucking terrible. I'm hoping, fingers are still crossed, Eric Kripke being good, and I once again, I'm going by his track record. I don't give a shit if it's only one show that people know. He still fucking landed the plane. It was WB that decided to keep the fucking plane in the air. He landed it. They said, no, we're taking it back off. That ain't his fault. I still have faith because of how I seen him set up the end of shows. And this reaffirmed that for me. Because this ending, I don't know about you. I was so hyped and pissed when that credit scene came up. And we have to wait until next week. I don't know how many times a show can make me feel like that. Like Maul did it too. The good shows. Maul did it too. Daredevil, I was like, I can still wait. But like this episode at the end of Daredevil, I'm excited for the next season. Because I'm like, how the fuck are they going to do it with Matt in jail?
Maul definitely would have gave you the exact same feeling if they would have split episode 9 and 10. We'll give you that exact same feeling, like, oh fuck, shit's about to pop off. Because that's what I thought at the end of this episode. I was like, oh fuck, shit's about to pop off because he's having his Cyclops moment.
Oh, dude,
not the Odyssey style Cyclops, the blue and yellow Cyclops.
Cyclops, yes. Dude, this to me is just great television, right? Like, how many times?
Were you expecting the reaction that you had? Because I didn't think that anything was going to happen per se, but with what they show you, it makes you feel like he's been made even stronger.
Oh, dude, when he shot the beams in the sky, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, did they upgrade?
If A-Train's taken the V to get that extra little boost, and now he's taking some V1, like, what happens? Does everybody get extra superpowered if all of the soups ended up getting V1? Because I assume if you give V1 to Soldier Boy again, it wouldn't do anything because he already has it.
Yeah.
But if you gave him, I don't remember what the number is. It's like V40 or some shit like that. It's a relatively high number.
Yeah.
At least I thought it was a high number. But now I'm having V5 stick out in my head. Doesn't matter. I feel like Soldier Boy would be able to get high on the V the same way that A-Train got high on the V.
Yeah, because it's a different mix. And it was crazy because now we saw...
Sorry, go ahead.
So we saw Soldier Boy like kick the virus or whatever, and we know that's part of the thing. But like, does that mean like Homelander is more durable? He's, you know what I mean? His beams are stronger, whatever. Like, I feel like, especially when you see the lasers head towards the sky, like I feel like he's enhanced as a hero. Like, that's fucking terrifying, man. He might actually be a god now.
So, oh fuck, what was I just gonna say? I did love in that scene because I was like, okay, the V is in a needle. How the fuck do you get a needle into Homelander? Like, I watched Superman Returns, you can't stick him with the fucking needle. I was like, okay, they'll have to go put it into a syringe, or they'll have to go put him in the fucking uranium room to weaken him so that they can stick the needle in. And then, boom, he lasers his arm open, and I was like, that's fucking clever.
Dude, like...
Which, I don't know. So if we're gonna compare the show to itself, he lasers the hell out of Stormfront's tits. Like, that's very explicit. And she's like, that all you got, pussy? And then he cranks it, I assume, all the way up. And he doesn't, like, he chars the skin, but I wouldn't say that he breaks the skin. So I'm a little, like, the power scaling of his eyes is a little iffy to me. Because if it didn't go through her skin, but he can make it go through his own skin, and he's supposed to be more durable than she is, how does that work?
I'm going to say, and I had it in my mind, but then I thought about it, I don't think he quite went 100%.
Which is possible. He could have just turned it up.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't know how strong his laser eyes are. That's fair.
That's what I was saying. I think that even if he goes, like, say he's doing a 2 and he goes 3.
Now, I would say, though, when you're watching the episode and she essentially calls him a pussy for it not hurting enough, with the way that he's, like, seething at the mouth, they give you the impression that he's going all out in the moment.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, too,
at that point, for years and years, I thought that Superman was going all out until he fought, who was that, Mongol, right? In the cartoon?
Yeah, Mongol.
You can take it, big boy.
So that's what I mean. Like, the thing about Homelander, and I think that that's what makes this character so interesting, is that we don't ever really know what's going on through his mind. And even though it might seem or outwardly seem like, yeah, he's doing this thing, sometimes I feel like he's a lot more controlled than people perceive him as. The perfect example was that Paul Reiser scene. You and me, I'm fairly sure thought Paul Reiser was fucking dead. And the scene gives you that illusion that it is. But then you
before Homelander just started spewing his craziness at him, I thought he was dead. And then when he goes, "Oh, you're saying all this because I'm not going to leave," I was like, "Yeah, you're like, I don't know how he's going to kill you, if it's going to be painful or if it's going to be instantaneous, but yeah, you're fucking dead." And then he has, I don't know, like, quite possibly the best heart-to-heart conversation in the entire fucking series.
So, let's talk. Like, I don't know about you. I think we already said that. The only other person, my favorite moment.
The only other person that has that level of aura in this entire show, because I know how the kids love to use the word aura, is Stan Edgar.
Oh yeah, anytime Stan talks,
Like Stan Edgar is not afraid of Homelander, unless he's really just that good at poker, where he's like, yes, I do the woo saw in my brain to keep my heart rate down.
But yeah, and I think it's a theme. I don't know if you noticed the same thing, and maybe I'm reaching, but that's the great thing about this show. The older people, I feel like, and even Homelander realizes they're at a point in their life. Stan Edgar, Paul Reiser's character, I think he's called the something. I forgot his actual name and verse, but like they are older guys who basically, dude, they don't give a fuck if they're going to live or die, right? They have lived a full life. So it's kind of one of those things. And I think in some twisted way, Homelander respects that. And here's the thing, too, where I think why Paul Reiser lived. It was because he didn't intentionally, like, bullshit give him affirmation. He was like, hey, kid, I get it. You know, I've seen all of the top class soups. But he gives him that fucking reality check where he's like, everybody lives, everybody dies, everybody has their moment, and everybody falls. He goes, even me. It's the natural order. And I think that's where he got through to him. And that was what Homelander needed to hear. Like, hey, man, everybody's going to have their time. It's just the way the world works, whether you like it or not. And he didn't say it in a way that was condescending. It was like that father-son talk where he's like, this is what's going to happen, and you got to accept it. Now you choose to go out. That's how it is. And it's not only in line with the character, but it is like, it's like a culmination of everything in this season with Homelander, where he just wants to get some fucking straight stuff from people. Everybody, when they talk to him out of fear, right? It's not respect. It's not respecting him as a person. They're fucking terrified of him. But you have Stan and you have the Paul Reiser's character. They're old. They know they could fucking die at any moment. They don't give a shit. Like, yeah, this is how it is. You're going to kill me anyways. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But Paul Reiser was a lot more gentle. It was almost like a father or grandfather, grandfather conversation where he's like, yeah,
I definitely got the father-son vibe there.
And I think that in that moment, that's what he needed. And plus, he dropped the thing about the life alert stuff, which was totally by accident.
It makes me wonder, like, Homelander seems like he's having this, like, oh, maybe I just need to fucking move on with my life and not fucking worry about this shit at all. And then he's like, wait a second, she sells what? Oh. And right back to the fucking plan.
Homelander's such an interesting character because he's such a contradiction all the time, but they do it in such a logical way. You know what I mean? Like, he is the textbook definition of a narcissistic, I don't even know the word, conflicted, like, he's got so many things running in his mind.
Well, I mean, I feel like what he's running, because what has always been true, except, like, I guess they were trying to change it this season. He's always wanted people to love him. And now, he had that moment a couple episodes ago where he's like, well, fear is better than love.
And I think he just said that, and it proved with the Paul Reiser character. Yeah, he
was, as the kids said back in the day, fronting.
Yeah, he wants love. And it even goes back to earlier episodes where they showed how he was raised in that fucking facility. The best episode in season 4, when he goes down to the bunker and he starts talking about everyone, how you kept me locked up and you beat me and all this shit. And when you think about Homelander as a character and what he's been through, it is kind of fucked up, man. They kept him isolated in this facility. Everybody was scared of how powerful he was but they created him. You know, he was literally created. It wasn't even good old-fashioned fucking banging. It was literally, he was created in a lab. And I mean, I'm just going to say it, not at what his views are, but I do sympathize with how he is.
Like, I don't know if they answered the question. Do we know? Because we know that he's Soldier Boy's son from him dumping it. Right, from him dumping into a cup. But do we know whose egg he was? Who's his mom?
It was alluded. Was it alluded to? That's actually a good question. I don't think we've gotten that answer yet. And I mean, here's the thing, though. Does it make a difference? Do you think it makes a difference if we get that answer? I really don't feel it has.
I mean, it does make a difference if Homelander was banging his mom.
That did cross my mind, though.
It crossed a lot of people's minds.
But
I mean,
then,
I don't think that it was, because
we have
I
a
feel
Lannister
like
situation.
Soldier Boy would have told him straight up. So I don't think that it's her, but
I don't think it is
have
either.
Confirmation.
And it's the boys.
And I do think that it could make a difference.
Oh man, dude, if that, oh man, that would be
let's look at another great villain, right? We'll use him as the example. General Zod. Excellent villain. But I have been around when his mother told him stuff. And that motherfucker listens to his mother.
As we do.
Or else apparently he would get nunchucked.
As invincible as I am, you can't stop those Kryptonian nunchucks.
So I think that it could make a difference if we knew who his mom was. I mean, obviously he's got some freaky deaky mommy issues if he's all about the breast milk.
True. And here's the thing. So let me ask you, we're on episode 6. We're ramping shit up. 7's probably going to be wild and leave us fucking
Carmen,
pissed.
hold on. Carmen said, you guys are left speechless. We've never been speechless, Carmen. Not for that long.
So here's my thing. Because I still feel like things are ramping up. We're going at a good clip. But do you feel still it's going to be really interesting to see how everything wraps up? Because we're talking about it right now. There's still a lot of questions. I'm not saying they all need to be answered, but I feel like there's still a lot of questions that need to have some kind of resolution.
I'm very nervous that something's going to be simple. Like they fucked with the virus so that it would be able to kill Soldier Boy. They weren't just trying to recreate it, were they? They were trying to crank it up. So it's super strong virus.
Yeah, but they still mentioned that it wouldn't kill Soldier Boy.
You don't know that for certain. I am more interested in how it's going to play out now that Homelander got the V1.
I mean, this is going to be so interesting because I
would be super excited if the bad guys win in a TV show. What's the last TV show you watched where the bad guys win at the end and you're like, yep, now he rules Earth for all of eternity?
I mean, we know that's not going to happen, but it'd be a bold choice.
When did you
imagine if they let Homelander win?
You son of a bitchin' baby.
I mean, imagine though, if they did let Homelander win, how do you think that would go down?
I think it would go down as one of the greatest fucking finales in all of TV history.
Okay, not with us, because I would agree with you. Just generally.
I mean,
I see you.
I don't know if it's supposed to be satire of real life. I'd be like, winning. I mean, that's why you almost think that it can't be, because obviously Kripke's going to write the show that Trump loses. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
he was all powerful and he lost. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah,
it's like,
and Kripke.
If he was all powerful, he wouldn't have fucking took 4 years off in between his 2 terms if he was all powerful. Fuck, man. This is such as much as I love the show, anytime they get into the satire of real life, it just fucking dies. Which I didn't think they had a problem this time in this episode.
No.
I didn't get a whole lot of, oh, this is supposed to emulate real life.
No, I think they're doing something smart. And this is just we haven't seen the last 2 episodes, but I feel like they're focusing more on what we're trying to watch, which is Homelander versus Butcher. But here's the thing I'm struggling with. How the fuck now are they going to kill Homelander? Like, can Soldier Boy do what he did with Bomb Shelter?
Yes, that's a good question. If his beam out of his chest is still going to depower him.
Depower him. That's the one thing we don't have an answer for. And we know that Homelander didn't kill Clara. It was Butcher's, or
Clara killed herself.
The son. Well, yeah. Well, no, the son killed her with his laser beam eyes at the end of season 2. But anyways,
you're not talking about
Ryan
Clara. You're talking about Becca.
No. Clara is the name of the
Stormfront is Clara.
That's what I'm talking about. Clara was killed.
Stormfront kills herself by biting her tongue off. That's what we're told.
I mean, yes,
what
technically,
are you talking about?
The most damage was done by Butcher's son.
Butcher's son?
Yeah, he lasered
Butcher does not have a son.
I'm sorry, Homelander's son, technically.
Homelander's son don't fucking kill anybody except for the guy when they're making the commercial or movie or whatever the fuck they were filming.
Oh, no, he killed all those guys who came in for him, too, in Russia.
Madeline Stillwell is killed by Homelander. Becca is killed by Ryan on accident with his laser eyes. And then Stormfront is killed by Stormfront. So who the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, wow. Look, this is the first time this has happened.
You must choose one of them, because I have no idea what you're talking about, guy.
Okay, my whole point being, I think that something is going to happen where all of the shit is going to come out. Soldier Boy is going to be pissed. It's going to come down to Soldier Boy and Homelander fighting each other.
I mean,
chest beams will happen.
At the stage we're at now.
Because there's going to be no one who could face him now.
No, but you need every soup that you got.
The power of friendship.
Bitchy said the power of friendship. I swear to God, if it's the power of friendship, this is a 2.
Which friendship?
He said, which friendship?
Rose.
I don't think Homelander has any friends.
No. She said the power of friendship is going to beat him, and I quote, bros.
Bros before hoes.
Sounds like she's using the heart of the cards.
She said bros before hoes.
Yeah, but you didn't see that one hoe, because...
What did we think? Let's talk about minor characters now. Deep.
Talk about minors?
Deep.
Dude, I was so underwhelmed by that. I
actually thought it was perfect.
No, I love the setup for it. I love the entire setup to get them to that point where they're actually fighting each other. I was underwhelmed by the actual fight. It's like 25 seconds and he stabs him in the head.
No, but here's the thing, though. I always wondered how the Deep would do it. It fits in line with his character because he caught him completely by surprise. and shisty and Lil Weasley as his character is. For me, it totally fits.
Why didn't? Okay, so he caught him by surprise. Does that mean as soon as you're caught by surprise, does that mean you forget that you have the power to fly?
He can't fly
because he wasn't holding him down.
He was.
Is he not strong enough to fly with a person on him? Because that's a pretty shit power if you can only lift yourself.
Dude, he was strangling him, and I gather we talked about this before. I'm thinking the Deep is stronger than the new Noir is, and he had the fucking thing around his throat choking him, so I don't think he had time to really.
Okay, so you're telling me somebody comes up behind your karate loving ass and starts choking you, and you don't know it. You're not going to do every single thing that you can fucking muster?
I will tell it to you like this way. I was in Russia training. I have years of experience. I have special forces training. Dude came behind me. Ivan, great guy, shout out. I think he still is fucking drinking. Anyways, it was play fighting. Came behind me, totally by surprise, hand over shoulder. I thought we were just vibing, whatever. I should have known Russians are crazy. Grabs me in a headlock. Passed out. I had no fucking time. He literally was under the neck, so I had no recourse. And yes, I did try the whole doing the thing, but when your windpipe is being cut off, people don't realize how fucking you only have seconds to react before you pass out. And now we're talking about
dude, if I have the superpower to his throat, if I have the superpower to fly and I only have seconds to react, I'm playing my biggest fucking card possible. And it's not that he's going to like go through the building. What I'm saying is you fly into the ceiling, you fly into the wall so that you're crushing yourself or you're crushing him between yourself and the wall or ceiling or floor or whatever. Like I assume that you can fly. If you can fly, that means you can accelerate yourself past the point of falling at the speed of gravity. So if you fly up to the ceiling and then you fly back to the floor, you can go twice as fast on the way down.
I can understand both. I can understand your perspective, but also as someone who has been in those situations, and in my perspective, they're just civilians. They don't have the training to be thinking like that. If you are,
he's not a fucking civilian guy. He's a suit.
If you're gasping, oh, come here. Fine, I'm turning off my camera so you can give me kisses.
Oh man, don't you want to get views?
Hey, wait, sweetheart. What about food? What are we doing?
I'll have to hold on here. I'll just do this real quick. You just go in the back and you take care of what you got to take care of. So what? I got a vamp for 30 seconds, maybe 25 seconds. I feel like
holy shit! Can I just express my love?
I mean, you can't. I thought she was going to be expressing some love on you.
No, but I get what you're saying. But I understand. Like, even
were you not underwhelmed?
I wasn't underwhelmed. I thought it was kind of cool, and it showed the Deep's ability to why he's part of himself, why he hasn't died. You know what I mean? It was.
I will give credit to the scene that it made the Deep a more complex character, because at least all of this season, he has exclusively been like just looking out for himself and moving himself closer to Homelander so that he will feel, I don't know, more secure. Like, you lick Homelander's boots long enough, he's not going to question your loyalty anymore. And it had nothing to do with Homelander. It had to do with him killing the fish.
And
when I said this, so when I'm watching the episode, I says to the woman, I was like, Okay, so they don't want Deep to go out there and do anything with the pipeline. He's not doing it, like he's not removing the people or anything. He's not physically doing anything. He's making a video. How in the fuck did the fish and the octopus and everything that's down there, they're never going to see this video. And then they put it in a fucking scene where they're like, we know, Kevin. I was like, how could you possibly fucking know?
No, because how I took it was he got permission from the sea, like Aquaman. He had a little fucking get together. He's like, this pipeline will be fine. And they'll be like, well, I don't know, given on the thing. And he's like, nah, come on, guys. It's me. You know, it's Deep. I got you covered. And then the fucking pipeline was sabotaged. And he was trying to play it like, I don't know what happened. It wasn't me, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, we know. You know, something like that.
Oh.
I don't know. I took it as a funny bit. Like, oh, maybe he had a conference. I just pictured in my mind, like with Aquaman, him sitting down and being like, we're going to put a pop line in. And they got all of these fishes and dolphins being like, I don't know if I agree with this. And he sweet talked them. And then the fucking shit exploded like the sea creatures were concerned about. And that's what they mean. Or maybe he put it in secretly and none of the creatures knew. And he was saying, oh, we know. Like maybe he said, oh, this oil company came in, but don't worry, I'm going to keep the seas protected. And then come to find out the fish might have read the side of it. And he was like, we know it was you who put the pipeline in.
Okay, so
I just, it's a funny bit. I'm not going to question it because I still like the joke and it still lands for me. You know what I mean? Like, I still find it hilarious because I picture in my mind, like, Aquaman sitting down at a table with a bunch of sharks and dolphins just talking about the pipeline. So for me, I got a good chuckle out of it. Because
so I got a problem with Sister Sage allegedly being the smartest person that's ever personed. Because she seems
I have no notes. I agree.
She seems to make everything a definite. Like when they're standing out in the woods and she has this revelation of, oh, it's not supposed to happen. When just before in the previous scene, she's like, well, people are predictable. And I was like, people are not predictable. Because predictable means that you'll know what they're going to do all of the time. And you don't. Like you can guess 9 in a row correct, right? You get, this person's going to do this. Boom, they do it. They're going to do this. Boom, they do it. You got 9 in a fucking row, right? And you're like, Soldier Boy fucking hates him. He's going to destroy the virus for us. It's fine. And then he doesn't. It's like, oh, I guess they're not as predictable as you fucking thought, are they?
But
You're so fucking smart.
To be fair, I think the weakness, because every hero has a weakness, right? I think her weakness, and that's what's being highlighted, is her cynicism, that she believes people because of statistics, and she's the smartest person, right?
That's
statistically, and what
her character should be given caveats in the same way that Robot Boy gives caveats. Hold on, Robot Boy and the Thinker, both of them say 98% chance this will happen, 80% chance this will happen. Like they're giving you the percentages on how they think it's going to play out because they've thought like of all the options. So you could have said 99% chance he's going to destroy the virus, but you can't say that in the scene because as soon as you say that, Billy Butcher is going to say 1% is too high. We got to kill him.
And once again,
that's an inherent problem with her character as a whole. Like I don't hate the actor or anything, but some of the way that the scenes are written for her to be portrayed as the smartest person that's ever personed, but then your hubris takes over because you're like, well, I'm always right because I'm the smartest person, and then you're wrong. Now you look like the dumbest fucking person on the planet.
And I'm going to give benefit of the doubt and say that's the point that they're trying to make. And it's been kind of a thing since her introduction, but we've only seen her successfully execute things behind the scene as they're supposed to go down. So I think that's supposed to be the point of the scene, is that she sees this as, oh, it's going to happen like everything else that's happened from this show to Gen V. I predicted this, this, and this. It's always happened in that way. So that boom, when Soldier Boy goes the opposite way, that's the flaw, and that's a flaw within her power that yet, like, yes, definite things I think she could predict, like how something's gonna fall, gravity, things like that. But like you said, humans, we are inherently unpredictable because we are fucking living beings, and you can't quantify what a person is gonna do. And so that's showing the hubris that she has, because also too the language she uses, how she always says, homeboy's a crybaby, he's so hubris, he's so full of himself. But in all actuality, when you look at all of her scenes, she's the same fucking exact way as how she views people.
Okay, so
she
now my
views
real
them
question
essentially
is,
the same.
if she's going to eat Crunchwrap Supremes for the rest of her natural life, which we'll round down to make it easier. Let's say she's going to live for another 40 years. Is that fair?
Not bad. Yeah.
Right. She's going to live for another 40 years. And she's going to eat 3 Crunchwraps a day. I mean, I would end up eating more if that was all I was eating, because I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably going to have 2 for every meal. But that's not the point. That's not the point. She's going to have 3 every freaking day. So what? You need at least a pound of beef every day?
Yeah.
Not to mention all of the fresh vegetables. But fresh vegetables, you could grow fresh vegetables underground as long as you got enough geothermal power and enough grow lights, because they are going to burn out at some point, to replace them.
And we can assume that she'll have that because she's smart.
So is she also going to be growing her own wheat to pound into flour to make her own tortillas? Is she going to have like cows? Because the meat is the problem. The meat is only like, you freeze the meat. You do not want to eat meat that's been in the freezer for 30 fucking years.
I mean, I'm going to assume
people barely like
bunker,
eating their fucking wedding cake when it's been in the freezer for 1 year. Now you want to eat meat that's been frozen for 30 years? It's going to be frostbitten. It's going to be bad. The freezer burned.
I'm going to assume she has figured out in her bunker. Like, I would like to see what the bunker looks like.
She figured that out, but she couldn't fucking figure out that goddamn Soldier Boy was going to give the V1 to Homelander?
Okay, in her defense, I'm going to say I didn't fucking figure it out, because I'm going to say, and yes, you can go with your defense that he said in the mansion, whatever. But I still, even in this episode, felt he wasn't too giving him immortality. I didn't catch that vibe. And I don't even like but I agree. I would have made that bet. Given all of the evidence, the mansion scene is one little clip. But who could have predicted that Soldier Boy, because clearly he has no sentimental value as far as the father-son dynamic goes. It was solely, and he says in the episode, because of how they felt about Stormfront. If that was not into play, I believe it plays out exactly how she said it was going to play out.
So if the crux to these two characters' intermingling story was disappeared, if the whole point of them being directly connected like that disappeared, yeah, of course it's going to play out different, because you're getting rid of a major plot point, guy. Come on now. You're telling me, hold on, when the fight between Soldier Boy and Bomb Sight started, right when that fight started, as soon as I saw Soldier Boy going after Bomb Sight instead of going after the V1, I was 100% certain he was going to give it to him.
I disagree. Because of how that fight is set up.
You can't disagree with my opinion like that. That's what I believed. That's how I saw it. Like, as soon as if he was going to destroy the V1 so that Homelander can't have it, he would have been attacking the V instead of attacking Bomb Sight. Because you can punch Bomb Sight all you fucking want, and he's just going to take all the fucking hits. Like they were almost equally matched. But you know what's not equally matched? a fucking syringe.
No, I believe that they had bad blood because that plays into the scene of when they had that heart to heart. I believe he just wanted to beat the shit out of him. Like, yes, he was there for the V, but he did say, and I quote, it's in the episode, he said, I'm going to enjoy kicking your smug ass. So clearly, like, he wanted to fight him. Throwing the V aside.
Guy, I agree with you. Clearly, he wanted to fight him so that he could recover.
The V was an excuse. So then again, it still leaves
it not an excuse.
The V got him there. He knew who had it, but then he was like, oh, I don't like this motherfucker, so I'm going to kick his ass first and then take the vial of V. That's how I looked at it. I was not looking at it as I'm going to take the vial of V and then give it to my son. That's a fucking big logical leap, Guy. Come on.
You're the one making the big logical leap.
I'm going by the fucking scene.
Right. So, if you're saying that Homelander, when he shows up, or not Homelander, when Soldier Boy shows up, he hates fucking Homelander. He doesn't want him to get the V1. That's why he's there by himself. Well,
exactly.
If that was the fucking case, if he didn't want him to get the V1, why doesn't he just, like, you can destroy the V1 and fight the guy. He wasn't trying to destroy the syringe. The entire fight, he wasn't trying to destroy the syringe. That's how I knew he was going to give it to Homelander. Are you going to tell me that during the fight he was trying to destroy the syringe?
I'm going to tell you he wasn't thinking about the syringe.
It was the only reason for him being there.
When you're fighting.
The V1 was the only reason for him being there. You could have changed out bomb site. You could have changed out bomb site for somebody that Homelander loves, or that Soldier Boy loves, and he still would have fucking shown up because that's where the V was. It was only about the V. That's the only reason he was there.
The V was there, but then
kicking bomb site's ass is not the ice cream guy. It's the cherry on top. The ice cream is getting the V for his son.
No, I say the cherry on top is getting the V. The ice cream was...
Dude, he's only there to get the V. You realize he's only there to get the V.
He knew Bombsight personally before he got there. And he does not like him. Now, one could argue he was either there because he was like, oh, this guy has the V, but I get to kick his ass.
If he hates Bombsight so much, why didn't he just seek him out in the first place and go kick his ass?
Because then we got the emotional
before he ever knew that he had the V. Why didn't he kick his ass then if he hates him this fucking much?
Because we had the emotional payoff that in the end he didn't really hate him and he was going through the emotional arc. You know what? Fuck you, PB. You're not like me or John. You don't feel the emotional weight of the scene.
No, I did feel
it's about the emotional weight, PB.
I felt the emotional weight so hard, I had no reason or no recourse but to believe he was getting the V for his son because he loves his son. Which I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that point because he said the straw that put him over the top.
I was on your side. I didn't think he loved him either. So we were both wrong. I'll admit it. I 100%.
When he explicitly says to him that I'm giving you the V because we both love the same woman, and she knows that
but it goes deeper than that. Now, when we think about the other episodes, when they had the heart-to-heart in the bunker, and Homelander could have killed him there, where he's like, just laser my face or my head, it'll kill me, whatever he said, where he's like, just fucking do it. And Homelander's like, no. And he saw him like kind of, and he listened to him. We should have got the clue right there. It was right there. But this is what I'm talking about, where this is strong writing. And it pisses me off when people focus on like stupid shit because, dude, there is some great strong writing in this episode. Really. And I feel like episode 6, we're really moving like we were in episodes 1 and 2. And God damn it, Carmen, yes, we are drama queens. That's why you watch this fucking channel. What did you think we were going to do? You know, it's a good show when we're debating back and forth like this.
These are the best types of debates, perspective debates. Both of us love the scene
for different reasons
and got to it from a different perspective.
Which is, I think, the highlight of all these shows. Let's bring it to Maul, Daredevil, and The Boys. All of these shows this week, and I'm so fucking glad because I said, man, Daredevil is going to depend on how they end it. Maul, all of these shows have strengths in different places that made their finals hit differently. But for me, and I don't know about you, for you, PB, it felt like every one of them accomplished what they set out to do. They hit in different ways, in different little satisfying things for each of us. And I fucking love it, man. Like,
I was very much satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good thing I was watching all of these episodes without pants.
I mean,
it's a joke, guy.
I mean, no homo, but me too.
What does it have? What?
I was watching it with no pants.
What does homosexuality have to do with being satisfied?
We were satisfied with no pants. You put the fucking dots together.
What is it? How does that make? Where's the gay reference in that? Like, you ain't never got blown by a chick when your pants were off? You only been blown by dudes?
No, I'm saying two dudes watching the same thing with no pants on. Maybe we were both thinking about
the episode with you.
You did in spirit, PB. You were right here. Okay, now no homo.
I watched 3 episodes and only one moment where I was like, Zod's not gonna like that.
Yeah. Dude, I can pick it out. And when I watch that, I go, PB is probably thinking, I'm gonna fucking hate this. And he is.
I feel like I want to
right.
go. I'm gonna have to go watch some reviews of The Boys just to see what other people are bitching about. Like, watch some negative reviews, because I don't know how you could review this show negatively, unless like we said on multiple instances for Daredevil and The Boys, if you're reviewing the show from your personal ideological perspective and equating it to real life, like, these are all fictional universes, people. Like, you could see parallels to real life, but it ain't real fucking life. So to put your ideology on the show doesn't fucking work.
And I would say there's certain movies and television shows that obviously, specifically, are built on that, and they have no shame in it. Acolyte. Shit like that. But like a show like this that's always kind of teetered the line, I feel like, and we've talked about this a billion times, the writing isn't exactly smart enough, even if that's where they're leaning, to make it appear to be it's really leaning both sides. Because I've watched the other episodes with Bitchy and even her, because even that church, it says the Democratic Church of whatever, right? So it's really like we've been saying, walking a very fine line. But to me, reminds me, I gotta just say it. This reminds me of season 1, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm making early predictions. I don't want to have my heart broken, but I'm feeling more confident after this episode that the plane's going to land. I think this episode really, like, I'm not 100%.
I would agree with that. I'm a lot closer to 100% than 0% sure that it's going to have a great ending.
Yes,
I don't know what's going, and I don't know what's going to happen now. And I don't think anybody knows, because does Homelander get
none of the reviewers?
Does Homelander get V1 in the comic?
This is different from the comic, and the top reviewers.
Yes or no?
Episodes 1 through 7.
Does Homelander get V1 in the comic?
No, but he does get as powerful as that.
We have no idea how powerful he is now.
It's way different from the I will tell you, there was no in the comic, there was no definitive like, oh, he's god tier now. They didn't raise the stakes that high. This is what the show, and I can't believe I'm saying this, fucking market 255.12. I think this did it better than the source material to where I like, oh shit, man, he is Superman. Like, he is basically invincible. The stakes, they've set the stakes. And this is where we could still be 50-50. Because now, either they're geniuses and they've got this plan to where exactly it's going to go, or they painted themselves in a corner to where you've got two invincible soups. You've got to explain what happens to them by the end of this. And either they're going to fucking nail it or it's going to fucking crumble. And I think 7, the penultimate episode, is going to be the very definition of a penultimate episode.
I'm so glad you used that word, because that's going to be either in the title or in the thumbnail.
Yes, the penultimate episode is going to either, I feel like, you and me, it's either going to affirm that this show is going to fucking nail it, or we're going to be really worried.
Okay, so here's my question. What rating do you give for this episode?
I've been bouncing around in my head a lot about this episode, but I'm going to say a 9, man.
That's where I was at.
See, like, I was even with Daredevil. You could have chucked me over to 8, but I never felt 9 or 10. Just didn't feel it. But honestly, man, dude, the writing is so strong. The writing is good. The dialogue is good.
It was the worst. It was the worst episode of these 3 episodes. And it's a 9. Life is good.
So, PB, that's where I thought we would have a pushback for a second, because when I'm thinking about it, Daredevil, the final, is still stronger in what we got and how I felt.
Right.
But if I'm like looking at like throughout the whole episode, how technically good it was, how good the dialogue was, I'm like, shit, man. Like, for me, The Boys was the strongest, just keeping the consistency, and not only keeping consistency, but okay, out of all of these episodes, The Boys episode was the one I was most pissed off that I have to wait a week. Like, I'm okay that I have to wait a year or whatever for Maul and
for Daredevil.
Yeah, for Daredevil and Maul, I'm okay. Like, I have to wait a year or whatever. I felt like they capped it off to where I'm like, okay, I can wait 1 or 2 years. Well, I mean, this, I'm like, I need episode 7 right now. I fucking need it. Where is my episode 7?
So here's my speculation question. Do you think the penultimate episode is going to resolve the conflict, or are they going to save that for the actual finale? Or is the finale going to be like my 2 best examples? The Invincible finale is just it's just showing you fallout from everything that happened. There's no big battle in the season finale or anything like that. And oh fuck, I had another one off the top of my head. Oh, the series finale of Dragon Ball Z. Not a fucking thing happens in that goddamn episode.
Okay, so, and I'm going by off of what I heard from other reviewers that are in the know and get more episodes than we do.
Allegedly.
Because some of their ratings I don't understand. I'm like, 6 was the best. Why did you say 4 on was whatever? Anyways, from what I heard, 7 ends in a place where they were nervous because it ramps up even more, but there's no big, according to what they say, there's no big battle, and they speculated they're saving it all for 8. So I'm going to assume, based off of hearsay, take it with a grain of salt, and it does kind of make sense. I'm going to assume the budget and everything is saved for that last episode, and I'm going to predict that everything is going, the big battle, everything is going to happen. But if that's the case, then I want it to be an hour and a half to a 2-hour episode. I don't want it to be a hour long or 45-minute long episode that has all of this stuff, because you're going to shortchange your episode if you throw everything into the back half. That means you have to have the big battle that's satisfying, and you have to resolve everybody's storyline in the same episode. And if fucking Stranger Things can do a 2-hour episode where an hour of it is just fucking talking, then I think The Boys should get fucking 2 hours to end their whole series. So just from what I heard, episode 7 just ramps things up more, but it appears they're throwing everything over to episode 8, which makes sense because Supernatural did the same thing.
It says episode 7 is 66 minutes with credits.
That's what I mean. They're getting more, so then they should do the final episode 2 hours.
I'm gonna
That's
see if
just see what the runtime is, or if they have a runtime for the last episode.
The AI is telling me, contrary to rumors of a 90-minute finale, creator Eric Kripke confirmed it will not be supersized, running approximately 1 hour and 5 minutes to 1 hour and 6 minutes.
So then maybe they're wrong, and maybe
how the fuck do I know how many minutes it goes?
Yeah, I mean, if they did 7 at 66, that would have to either mean 7 people are just fucking stupid, which we've seen it with reviewers. 7 could be a lot of shit happens and the battle starts, and then 8 finishes the battle and we have the resolution, or the quiet moments, people resolving what happens to Huey, what happens to Starlight, all that shit. So I could tell you one thing though, I'm excited. I'm more excited now hearing that 7's going to be 66 minutes.
What are they deciding whether or not they're going to put in the episode that takes a fucking minute? I'll read you the quote. This is what Eric Kripke said. I assume somebody asked him if it's going to be a long episode, and he says, "It's not. It's like an hour and 5. We're not doing that huge supersized 90-minute thing. I don't know if we would have had..." I don't know what the ellipses are for after that. "I think the audience might have ended up getting bored had we gone that long. We're at or an hour 6 max, I think. Yeah, they're all jack-packed, these episodes." What, jack-packed? Not jam-packed?
Jack, man.
Like, what, he can write, but he can't fucking talk?
They got muscles. They're full grown.
Okay, so we're talking an hour, let's say 66 minutes. So that's what, 2 minutes of credits and a minute of previously on The Boys? So barely over an hour for your series finale? People would have fucking died if the series finale of Game of Thrones was only an hour. That was the other one. So Game of Thrones, the penultimate episode, is better than the final episode. Neither of them are good, but it's better.
I'm hoping the penultimate episode. I'm hoping the penultimate episode is good but not great, and the final is the great episode. Even if we get the slow "where's everybody now" thing, you could still do that and make it good.
Well, I mean,
but I think what
they don't want to do it yet, but when we do the review next week, it'll be interesting to see in the speculation category, because we're going to go through all of the characters and which ones we think will survive and which ones we think will die.
And here's the thing, too. Even the deaths in this season, I thought, have been pretty great, keeping back our main characters, but still giving us something. Like A-Train was big. Like I've heard people say, "Oh, he's not a main character. Fuck you." anybody who's been from season 1 till now, to me, is a main character. Even if it's A-Train from whatever, I still feel that's main character energy. Firecracker, yes, she was introduced in the last season or whatever, but still, to me, made enough of an impact for me to feel that. I haven't been disappointed with the people that they've been killing off. I would like to see...
They killed Firecracker.
Yeah, I would like to see in the penultimate episode one of the main, if you want to be super, meticulous, one of the main characters injured, hurt, maimed, killed, something. Just to give it that little bit of a push so that there's super high stakes going in, because I don't want to go into the last episode feeling like I did with Stranger Things, that nobody's going to die.
Okay. I will ask you this question. We have 2 episodes left. Is any of the characters from Gen V going to show up?
No.
So that was all bullshit in season 2 of Gen V.
I believe, and it was canceled, so I believe. But keep in mind too, when they cancel it, the boys was already shooting, so they could have been putting stuff in there before they knew the show was canceled.
I'm intrigued as to what the primary, not the sole reason, but what's the primary reason it got canceled? Because it's obviously not because people aren't fans of the franchise, because they're doing prequels now.
The numbers were pretty bad from what was reported. The numbers from the drop from season 1 to season 2 was fucking sharp. And it was after, and it was what I said. I hated the beginning of the Gen V. I thought it got interesting, and then they killed the only interesting character, which I lost interest after that. And I think I wasn't the only one who felt the same way.
Who the fuck is the most interesting character?
The teacher guy, obviously.
The teacher guy.
Brink? The new teacher they get. Was that his name? He was really...
Oh, you're talking about the guy who was being mind controlled?
Yeah, that dude.
Okay. Oh, what did they call him? What did they call him? Fuck, what the fuck was his soup name?
That's what I was trying to remember. And he was the most interesting, funny, the way he interacted with all the characters. Yeah. After he died, and I wasn't the only one, PB, because you see the numbers drop after the episode when they killed him.
Technically, Cypher isn't even a real character, and he didn't die. He stopped being mind controlled.
No, he died at the end. That's why people were pissed. They killed him in the last episode.
Killed him? What are you talking about?
Killed Cypher.
Cypher is the guy from the New Adventures of Old Christine. Like, the actor that played Cypher. Thomas Godolkin is not Cypher.
No,
if you're talking about them killing Thomas Godolkin off, he is not Cypher. Cypher is the amalgamation of Thomas Godolkin taking over that guy's body.
Oh,
they don't call Godolkin Cypher.
Whatever. The guy who was the main villain for the season.
Get your fucking facts straight so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that dude... Once he died, even if it wasn't technically the other guy.
That was really fucking dumb to get rid of your big bad after you essentially just got introduced to him.
Yeah, that was when the dip was in the rate. When I say dip, PB, it was a fucking landslide. The others went, whoosh. And it's so crazy. Those decisions like amaze me when they kill off a certain character that's so charismatic, like when you fucking kill off my boy from Daredevil, and you leave the dumb cunt who's the psychiatrist. Obviously, that didn't have a big impact, but whatever. I'm never gonna let it go. Out. Anyways, that's not the point. But the point is, I'm excited. I'm fascinated. What are we giving this? for a rating. I gotta go get a tuna sub.
I thought that did we not both just say 9?
Oh shit, 9. That's right. Okay, so 9 predictions. All right. Well, what else we got before we wrap this shit up?
I don't think that I have anything else. Or I don't know. I really enjoyed the scene when Ashley got chloroformed, and then she read Soldier Boy's mind, and and Tumor Face goes, "I think I shit Ashley's pants." Oh man, I almost fell off the goddamn sofa. I was laughing so hard. That was fucking funny shit.
Okay, here's a question. You think Ashley's gonna die? Because I really don't want her to.
Okay, so I assume they're doing like some type of motion capture green screen stuff on her head to make the fucking face on the back.
The face.
But the actress had to have been walking like a fucking possessed person during that scene.
Yep.
It was amazing.
And so here's the thing, and I was curious about that because I don't want Ashley to die.
No, not at this point.
Oh, here's the scene. Here's the other thing too. White House scene. Do you think that's episode 7 or 8? When he's sitting in the White House. Because we haven't seen it. Any of the episodes. So it's got to be 7 or 8, and he just became a god in 6. So are we thinking 7? He goes with a bunch of soups and just fucking takes over the White House, or he does it himself?
Good question. In my mind, it's not real. Someone is imagining him sitting in the White House.
In my mind, because I've seen the comics, and I know it's completely different, but they still do rip certain scenes, and that is directly from the book. But in the book, he rallies a bunch of soups and they invade Washington and the White House and take it over. And he's sitting in the president's chair with a bunch of soups like he's giving orders to. And so I'm thinking if this is supposed to be a homage or whatever, like, you know, they like to do those little Easter eggs or whatever else. I'm thinking episode 7. He just fucking kills the president and just says, "I'm running the country now."
Intriguing.
And I think he has the Deep as his fucking VP, or not VP, Secretary of State or something. He'll give him a stupid position. Like Secretary of Treasury or whatever.
I was going to say Secretary of Agriculture.
Or Dude, I will laugh. Dude, okay, let's just play this out and say it's a real thing. I would fucking die of laughter if he
Or
made
he
him
could be the director of the EPA.
Dude. But yeah, so I would love, this is just my comic book nerdness coming out now. I don't have any top secret information. I don't know. Tinfoil cowboy hat for a second. I would love if in this show I did see it brought to life with the soups invading Washington, because it's a very striking image in the book when you see all the soups just kind of fly in and swarm and they can't do fucking nothing. And then you see Homelander sitting where the president is and just giving orders, and you see soups flying out to different parts of the state. I think that would be fucking cool.
I will hop on board with yours and play it as if it's real. I believe it's going to be the last shot of next episode.
I could 100%. Dude, that would be big. That has cliffhanger energy. Like, that would be, dude, do you know the freak out people with, dude, I think that would be a very striking visual. It'd be a freak out. All the leftists would be happy, be like, "Oh, look, it's Donald Trump and his presidency." This show is so socially relevant.
So I thought about this. If we're saying where we could put characters, so if you want to split the military, right?
Yeah.
The deep he could put him as like Admiral of the Coast Guard, except it's a twist because typically the Coast Guard guards stuff or guards the land from being invaded from the ocean, but the deep will guard the ocean from being invaded by the land.
Dude, I gotta say, let me ask you. Fuck, I thought we were wrapping up, but I do have one more question. Kevin, the deep, our boy. I still kind of don't want to see him die. Look, I don't know how the comic goes. And we've just killed Black Noir, and I have a feeling they're going the route of killing most of the boys and the 7. But I really don't want to see the deep get killed. There's kind of like this really sad patheticness to him. I think I feel kind of bummed seeing him killed. Like,
if we're talking about the ability to make me laugh, the deep is either number 1 or number 2 on that list of entertaining characters in the show.
Definitely.
Because like you could put Butcher up there, but I don't think I'm enough of a nihilist to have him that high up. So like my top 2 are the Deep and Frenchie.
Because with those are excellent points, because with the Deep and Frenchie, their shenanigans, their antics is what makes them funny. It's not necessarily their view on everything. And we laugh at lines from Homelander or Butcher because of how fucked up it is in the situation that they're in. And so it's kind of like it feels, it's going to feel terrible losing that comedic element, because yes, the Deep is terrible. Even like this episode pretty much confirmed that. But even when he killed Noir, it was kind of hilarious.
Did we say our least favorite scenes?
No, what was your least favorite scene?
We agreed that our favorite scene was Homelander and old producer guy or director or whatever he did. My least favorite scene, because it's fucking dumb, and I was like, whoever wrote this line for this scene has no idea how reality works in The Boys. When the Deep is washed up on the beach and has oil all over him, and he goes, I can't breathe. And I was like, but when you're not in the water, you breathe through your mouth or nose. Why are you not able to breathe? Like he doesn't breathe through his lungs when he's on land.
Well, holy shit.
His gills. He doesn't breathe through his gills on land.
PB, we did it again. That was my fucking issue too. I can't believe you brought up you motherfucker. I was gonna say, because canonically in the boys, they've shown that the Deep doesn't use his gills, because when he had that weird sex thing going on with that lady.
Well, he uses his gills to breathe when he's underwater.
He uses them and he feels pain from them, but everything we've been shown, he's like us. He breathes through his nostrils or whatever. Yeah.
He shouldn't have said, I can't breathe. He could have said something along the lines of, like, he could be writhing in pain and being like, my gills are burning because they're covered in fucking oil. Like, that would have made sense.
And it kind of contradicts it too, because when he was having the weird sex fetish with that one girl, like digging her fucking fingers into his gills, he says it hurts, stop it. And that's when he went on the whole raping people is a cool thing. That made sense, and it made sense to his physiology that it would hurt, but he didn't once say, I can't breathe. And that's how I broke it down, where I was like, wait a second, he's not you. Yeah. So fuck, man. Goddamn. I swear you were talking to me.
Right after that.
That was my same complaint too.
He goes and gives CPR to a fish, and the fish tells him that he knows. I don't know how the fish knows, but the fish knows. That part was fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off.
See, because even if it's illogical, I told you what I pictured in my head. They all got together on the table. They were talking, whatever. I could excuse that, but what we agree on, the logistics, and it breaks the character with the whole he couldn't breathe, because we've seen canonically in the fucking show that doesn't directly affect his ability to breathe on land.
Well, I have,
and so
I don't need to harp on it because it's a short scene and it's not even.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds.
Not necessarily
Nobody
relevant to the plot per se, because him
it
not
doesn't
being able to
change
breathe
anything.
doesn't right. It's not going to change anything. Oh fuck, where was I going to go with this? I had a point to make. Oh, I remember now. So, what I like about the boys is how it is the opposite of Kenobi, in the sense of when the boys does something stupid, or however you want to look at it, something that doesn't jive with you, something that's pulling you out of it, like how in the fuck does that work? They do something cool or funny afterwards, whereas Kenobi would do something cool and then something stupid. So you're left with the stupid taste in your mouth instead of the cool taste. Because, like, yeah, I remember everything in that scene. And at the end of that scene, I was like, he gave CPR to a fish.
And the other thing about it, too, is that the difference between Kenobi and this, for instance, is that nothing that we point out, and we've said this several times already, breaks the scene inherently. It might be a little discrepancy, something that doesn't jive with something previous, but it doesn't break what's going on. It doesn't actually break the character. It's not anything that is so major that you would have to take it out and the scene would function better. With that line in, with it out, it doesn't change the overall how everything plays out. It's just a little, it could be an oopsie, maybe an editing mistake, whatever. If you left it in, it doesn't change how the scene plays out. If you took it out, it doesn't change how the scene plays out. It will play out the same.
Right,
and that's the thing
he's still gonna stab Black Noir.
Yeah, like that's the thing I get when people they talk about what's bad and what's good and things like that. I look at it as, if I have a problem with something and it's a real big problem in the show, for me, it's breaking the flow of the show, and you have to take it out to make the scene make sense. That's when you have an issue. Like, we've said it with the Daredevil fucking scuttling and exploding thing, right? You remove that, it makes it better. or take out the whole fucking wording. Like, everything. It would have enhanced for me and bumped up that score, because it is inherently a problem, a function that broke the scene for me. And then it carries on into the stupidity into the next fucking episode, which breaks the episode. Like, you inherently fuck up 2 pretty decent episodes with one very bad tech issue. Whereas with this, it's not a technical thing where I'm like, oh, well, now the whole thing is fucked because then you got the fucking funny joke at the end. Like, it's not breaking me out of it. So it's like, you could have done it better. And that's the difference. There's a difference between you could have made something better or reworded something differently. And we are doing this as, I guess, not a job yet, but keep them watch hours coming, and it will be. Anyways, that isn't the point. We do this because inherently, too, we like it. And so when we're looking at this stuff, if we're just saying, this is a 9, you know what I mean? There's no flaws. Well, why is it 9? Like Maul, for me, the final is a 10 because you guys picked out those things as problems. I didn't see them personally as an issue. Fucking 10. And I think you still even gave it a 10, even with the problems you had with the technical lightsaber shit. Nothing is perfect, is my point. Even a 10 is not perfect. It's just so good we can overlook these little things, but we're going to tell you about them because inherently everything is going to have some kind of flaw, some kind of thing. Not, it's a television show. Corners get cut. They can't shoot things the way they want to. Nothing's perfect, man. Nothing's inherently just
WrestleMania 17 is a 10 out of 10, and I will guarantee you that there are botches in the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And that's live, real people.
It's how you recover from the stuff that doesn't quite make it.
Exactly. It's what makes everything good or bad is how they are telling the mainline story and how they are feeding us the information. And for me, this season, they've been doing a great job streamlining everything. The political stuff is a hit or miss, but I still feel like they're walking the tightrope, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, not as forceful. I even loved the conversation with the Bible guy and Starlight. I thought that was super engaging, and I loved their points. And it felt like a real theological conversation. Like, okay, so for me, that was close to being one of my favorite moments, right? When she's talking to the preacher, like, and you can see in essence he's a good guy with like how he got into it, but money, right? He's got to keep the church going. Like, there's so many good things like that where I'm like, I don't feel they've fallen off, and I think they're really putting a good effort in this season.
We should put some effort into getting out of here.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to get a tuna sub. Thank you guys for watching. PB's got to, I guess, take a dog out, maybe.
Yeah, no, he's back there bitching at life. It's fine.
He's like, I love the boys, guys. I
just got a bath, so I got to milk the bath time. Good dog smell for longer. If I let him outside, he's just going to roll in the dirt.
That's what they do, man.
I mean, I'm going to obviously let him outside when he needs to go to the bathroom, but I'm not going to let him outside just because he's barking at nothing in the back.
It's probably fucking squirrel. Who knows what dogs?
No,
anyways,
no, he can't see anything. He's in his kennel for safety purposes. He was barking at the fucking person that drove past with the subwoofers.
Fucking loud music. I get him though, because I do the same thing. Get off my lawn, anyways.
And now we're gonna get off your YouTube.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be here either tomorrow or the next day. I will have my top 10 videos or my top 10 for last month. I saw 18 movies. I will have only 10 of them on my top 10.
He will have 10 movies ranked and 8 honorable mentions.
Exactly. PB gets me. So be on the lookout for that. It's long because I'm not shooting it as a live stream. I'm going to post it, and you'll see the thing that they do when they're doing the preview. Tonight, whatever. And also, we will be back next week with only one review this time. The Boys, Season 5, Episode 7. So stay tuned. And maybe Tuesday we'll do something special. Who knows? News, whatever. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just fucking get on here and bullshit with you guys. Who knows? I never know from day to day. But anyways, thank you for watching. And as always, remember, there is only one rule here in the Phantom Zone. Kneel before General Zod.
I'll let you do it this time.